Angus Crichton's dumped and he dropped the footy. Picked up by Egan for the Warriors. It goes right to Leotawa. He's going to be caught 32 out from the Roosters line. So it's all the Warriors at the moment. They lead 6-0 and now they're on the attack again as it comes open side left. And it's Jacob Laban who's put to the ground by Stephen White. Plays it 28 metres out to Egan. To the left, Boyd away to Fisher Harris. He's upended 22 out from the goal line by Nat Butcher. Now Egan, back centre field right it goes. Clark out the back, Boyd, quick hands to Laban. He got it away, Nickel Klugstar. Floats it over the top, what danger, Lesniak. Steps in field away from Tedesco, but the cover comes. Headed up by White and Smith. 8 metres out from the Roosters line. Southwest corner of Mount Smart Stadium. The ball played down to Egan. Sends it left to Boyd. Then got it away, run around with Fisher Harris to Boyd. Then a long pass, Harris to Vedra on the bounce of Tuivasa-Sheck for the goal. White bang, Junior Ponga's got him. Knocked him over the touchline in that Southeast corner just before the corner post. It was a bounce pass to Roger, and the Roosters come away with a 23 out for their own line, 14.5 gone MC. Warriors 6, Roosters 0.
Yeah, well, they didn't throw much at the Roosters in their opening 8 minutes when they had all the possession, but this attack has come to life over the last couple of minutes. The Warriors, they've marched upfield with ease. The Roosters are struggling to get out of their own end off the back of an Angus Crichton error, and then from side to side, they looked really, really dangerous there, the Warriors.
Now the Roosters take it over their own 40, through Billy Smith. Oh, Leotawa dropped off him. He's over the 30, then he gets the ball back. Tedesco, he's going to score. Brilliantly done by Smith and Tedesco. Dreadful defence from Ali Leotawa. And the Roosters hit back. 15 minutes and 10 seconds gone. Warriors 6, Sydney Roosters 4 with a try, Luke Lewis to James Tedesco.
Yeah, good work here by the Roosters, and I like what happened. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck gets tackled over in that corner, but he tries to flick the ball back in field. The Roosters pick the ball up, keep it alive, and they get straight on the front foot, and the Warriors have enough time to react to what the Roosters are doing. A quick shift over to that left edge, nice little pass out to Billy Smith, and he just gets on the outside, beautiful little fend, and then Daniel Tupou just sort of couldn't get into a position to get the ball, and then Tedesco, the ever reliable number 1, he's just pushing up, he's in the right spot and gets the first try for the Roosters for season 2026.
Oh, the Roosters, what a sigh of relief for them. They've been on the back foot basically to start this game, and they could be level after 16 minutes. They've done outstanding to stay in this game. It was a short side raid. Sam Walker identified that the Warriors defensive line hadn't set properly, went down that left-hand side, and Billy Smith, whilst he didn't do much to get through that first tackle, that ball on the inside, that's great skill, because a lot of times we see the players either ball go to ground or it's a forward pass and they don't time it properly. But yeah, that was a really poor one-handed attempt at tackle there.
Ali Leotawa. But as you say, Billy Smith did a great job. He just strolled through the young Warriors centre and then a great ball back to Tedesco. 6-4 Warriors, kick to come now from Sam Walker. 16.5 minutes into the contest. Michael Carianis is here, Luke Lewis is here. I'm Andrew Moore. Friday NRL on ABC Sport. Later, Brisbane v Penrith. Here's Walker, 17 metres out, 18 in from touch, western side. He's kicked 78% in his career, and that will go up and straight between the posts. And it's now 6-all Warriors and the Sydney Roosters in Auckland to get things started on a Friday night. On the text line, 0467 920 222. Go the Chooks, best team, says Buck at Tumby Bay in South Australia. Very poor by the Eels last night, a bunch of flops, says Wazza. Gentlemen, great to have you back on the air, having a camping trip on the Hawkesbury over for Ellis's Bucks. Such a beautiful landscape, lots of fish and some goannas up the Chooks. We'll have a couple tonight by the fire. Jackson, the boys on Ellis's Bucks. Well, Ellis, congrats. Have a great time. Bucks party by the fire with a few sports drink. What could possibly go wrong? Enjoy, gang. Here's the Roosters up over their 20. Send us another text late in the second half as Nafahu White's put on his back, 28 metres out from the Roosters line. Now Chiwelu dummy half. He sends it left to Nat Butcher. In centre field, he's going to be taken 34 out from his own line. Egan was in there with Laban. Uelu goes right Tedesco away to White. Good, don't argue. Easily got away from Harris Tavita. He comes back 2 metres in Warriors territory, and the Warriors have dropped off their intensity a bit here. Uelu, short side right to Cherry Evans, straight past Kurt Capewell. Then the pass away, Uelu, over the 30. Then a flick pass. It's errant and it's been knocked on. So Sam Walker saying, are you saying that was a foul? I didn't touch it.
Goes forward over the ground from the top.
He's saying challenge though.
No. Tedesco's being asked to challenge it. Got another explanation from Wyatt Raymond and has elected not to. So Uelu made the clean break, flick pass. And
He's got a point though. Like, how does that go forward? We just seen one before that went forward into a player.
See, that one to me though, Louis, is called forward every game all the time.
As long as he touches
10
it.
seconds.
It looked to me like he did. You didn't think so?
It looked like it come off his shoulder.
That's what I thought it was going to come
maybe.
off his shoulder, and he was at it. He told Teddy, challenge, and James Tedesco's just brushed the half back. He's brushed him.
Wow. Here's the Warriors with a scrum win, and it's Watney Železniak who's pummeled to the deck, 22 out from his own line, 6 all the score.
Based on what we saw, they would have had insufficient evidence to overturn it anyway.
So now it's the Warriors up to their own 30-metre line. 18 minutes, 30 gone in Auckland, 6 all. There's now Egan dummy half. He goes centre field left. Clark got it away. Fisher Harris throws it on the ground. Harris Tavita dives on. This is like the Warriors of about 5 years ago. They've just dropped right off. 26 out from their own line. 3 tackles into the set. And now comes short side left for the Warriors. Tackle made here. And Capewell gets a set restart. The defender's too slow. That's the 4th set restart of the Warriors. And that's another one. So that's 5 now for the Warriors who venture into Roosters territory by a couple of metres. Oh, Trent Robinson will be blowing up. Here's another one. Is that
3 in a row on that butcher, all 3.
So, well, that's surely is close to a sin bin. As the Roosters have to defend here. Warriors 37 metres out. Fisher Harris plays the ball to Egan. Spins it right to Clark. Centre field. Short ball away forward. Backs his way into the defence. And Crichton and White 28 metres out for the Roosters goal line now. Penalty against Crichton. That's got to be a penalty. Something. Tedesco being called out as captain of the Roosters. 6 all the score after almost 20 minutes.
Every time we get on the flow down here, you're just giving them away. Then you've got Angus levering off the face with his hands. We're not going to go down this track for 80 minutes. You have an opportunity now. No. You have an opportunity now.
Well, the Roosters, I've got to say, Luke, they're very lucky that someone's not in the bin. 3 straight set restarts and a penalty with Crichton, to quote Wyatt Raymond, and you can see it very clearly on the replay, using the face for leverage to get to his feet.
Yeah, it's the discipline from the Roosters in the opening stages of this game has been horrible, and I think Trent Robinson will be filthy about it. But they've got to quickly pick it up, otherwise they're going to be on the back foot the whole time. The amount of set restarts they're getting, it would not surprise me if we do see a sin bin, for that if it continues to go. But the Roosters, they don't need to be doing this. If they were just disciplined with what coming out of their own end, they could put a score on the Warriors. But at the moment, they're giving Warriors all this leg up. It's silly to watch.
Tanner Boyd is lining up a shot for penalty goal. We're midway through the first half. It is 6 all, and he's 27 metres out, just to the right of centre. Tanner Boyd, a try and 1 from 1. Here he comes with the right boot, and he makes no mistake from close range. Yes, he does. It's off the upright away. How do you miss that? As a professional goal kicker, that's pathetic from Tanner Boyd. 6 all the score remains. MC, and another wasted opportunity for points for the Warriors with a dreadful goal kick.
Yeah, wasted opportunity. They'll get the ball back, obviously, from that 20-metre goal line dropout here. But yeah, really, really strange miss there from Tanner Boyd. You won't that could be the worst miss of the season. At the moment, but it could be for the whole year.
Here's the line dropout, 20 metres out. It's tapped back for the Warriors, straight to the Roosters. They are just self-destructing the Warriors. And the Roosters might be too with the set restarts. There's plenty going on. Tedesco 9 short of halfway plays. It comes left to Ponga. He's smashed to the ground, Junior Ponga there by Fisher Harris and Ford. It's played to Uelu. Cut-out ball goes left centre field to Nafahu White. And he's pushed sideways and backwards by Capewell and Clark. We played for the Roosters. Score remains locked at 6 after 21 and a half minutes. Now it's Crichton on the stepping run. Gets into Warriors territory by 2 or 3 metres. He'll play the ball now to Uelu. He goes to the right. Steep. Gets it away. Through hands, Cherry Evans, Tedesco. Easily got away from Harris to Vita. Easily got away from Fisher. Harris now taken by Harris to Vita. About 26 out. Last play Roosters. Short side right, Cherry Evans. Up goes the kick. Following it through to Wonga to Waze. It comes off the Warriors. Back to the in-goal area for Uelu. He dives on it and scores the try. I don't have any idea what the Warriors are doing currently, but it's nothing good. And Uelu gets the easiest try of his young career. 22 minutes gone. Roosters in front for the first time. Luke Lewis on the back of a daily Cherry Evans kick. 10-6 over the Warriors.
Yeah, but who's they come off the back of? Once again, Tedesco. He just makes breaks. It feels like every time I watch this guy, he just keeps getting better and better. No one likes to tackle him. He breaks every first tackle you see. He gets a quick play of the ball. Really nice vision there down the short side to try and get Mark Nwanga near to Waze. I think it was another Falcon. Comes off the Warriors this time. And then Uelu is the person on the spot who gets the bounce and scores a simple try. But that was just way too easy for the Roosters.
Yeah, it's Roger Tuivasa-Sheck who just gets his timing all wrong. And Louis, you're right, double Falcon. So that's
2 in 1 game.
Unbelievable there. And then the Warriors just don't scramble fast enough. There's enough of them around the ball there, but they just don't react quick enough. And the Roosters somehow are leading this game.
Can I ask you something? When's the last time you've seen 2 proper clean Falcons like that?
You love this stat, don't you?
That's unbelievable.
You might have to take
Where's Gibbsy?
Yeah, you give the Falcon morsel. Yeah, straight off the forehead of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Bounce back in the goal. There's no one back for the Warriors. And Uelu said, yeah, giddy up, I'll take that. All right.
Oh, no try.
Is it against Nwanga to Waze?
Yeah, that's the new rule.
Says run to the ball.
Yes, yes. So that's that.
Timing you run and all that with
Yes, the disruptor. That's the disruptor, right?
The run here of Mark. He jumps into the contest early. At this point now he stops competing, interfering with Adam Pompey's ability to compete in the play.
And he's pulling
This
on
will be a
down
penalty
Roger
to the Warriors. We have a
Tuivasa-Sheck.
decision.
Yeah, that, under the new interpretations, that's 100% correct. It's 100% what we're all told in a media briefing yesterday. You've got to get there in time with the ball. Your hands have got to be in the air.
The NRL sent an email to all the referees last week, the coaches last week, with clips, and that was the number one takeaway was around the disruptor. I saw the email, and there's lots of emphasis around the disruptor, and that was a carbon copy what they're trying to stamp out of the game, where a player leaps without any intent to catch the ball. So they've got that one right.
So penalty Warriors then, still 6-all. 18 minutes left first half. I still can't get over the name Disruptor. As now the Warriors head up over their 30 through Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. And he's taken, he'll be happy if he can, as long as he's not seeing stars after headbutting that footy about 20 metres behind him. And now Leah Tower on the right edge, and he's hauled in by Crichton. Great tackle just near the western touchline. Play to Watney Zelezniak, 7 metres in Roosters territory. He beats the first. Now he's going to be put to the ground. Gets to his feet and plays it 34 away from the Roosters line to Egan. Goes left to Boyd, centre field to Clark. Aaron Clark stands, rolls it along the ground to Boyd. Quickly back to the right edge to Ford. He goes on a stepping run, Jackson Ford. Knocked to the ground well by Blake Steep. 24 out from the Roosters goal line. Now played to Clark on the last. Tanner Boyd 23 metres out. Kicks to the south-east corner. Up they go. Caught by Tuivasa-Sheck. Pass back to Capewell. Somehow way to Poppy. Pass while he's over. But does he get it down? There's a lot to check here. And we back to Chris Butler. Tedesco saying it's exactly the same as the last one. Wyatt Raymond saying, James, go away. We're going to the bunker anyway.
On the basis of a knock-on into grounding, but also review a potential knock-on in the leader.
There's, touch shot was sourced to check here, Luke Lewis.
Yes. I am going to watch this contact here in the kick.
Clear the Warriors left side, kick chases on
Jumps
side.
up early. Roger gets a really good take on this.
Yeah, but he's
But he
competing
knocks
for the ball.
Players jump for the
that's
ball.
allowed.
Two
That's
arms competing in a fair
Well, he caught the
contest.
ball.
Roger now takes clean possession. We're playing on.
And again, it's a
Passes
bit...
the ball backwards.
You're allowed to
Ball hitting the
jostle.
ground and being tackled.
And it's one-on-one,
Just need to see that Kurt takes clean possession of this ball.
which I think he does. It's going to come down to the put-down. But,
Did Pompey ground it?
and is he onside?
Because currently with the ball being contested. Cherry Evans knocks it on first.
He touches the ball, restarting the tackle count. Kurt then takes clean possession. We're back to tackle 0, playing on.
Then an incredible pass through heavy traffic under the arm of Ponga. Half volleyed, I think, by Pompey on that eastern touchline.
Pompey's body language didn't look good, though.
Well, here we go. Head-on shot. He steps past Nwanganita-Waze. Taken by Cherry Evans and one under the fin. I think he gets that down.
Nice footwork for that try.
This is all angles whether Adam maintains possession.
I think head-on it looked like he got it down. Now we get one from side on. Left arm outstretched.
Adam maintains possession and grounds the ball down with pressure. We have a decision.
So a try to the Warriors, scored by Adam Pompey after 23 minutes and 3 seconds, and now the Warriors are back in front.
I know what you mean. If it was, if his hand was a half a centimetre higher, he loses control. He's just like, but
He's got a pinky on it.
I think he just gets it down. I'm comfortable with that being a try, but had his hand been a little bit higher, he would have lost that grip before it touched the ground. But I think he did enough. What about the footwork of Adam Pompey there on Martin Nwanganita-Waze?
Thought about all the work. Like, look at Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Doesn't take his eyes off it. Comes down, keeps the ball alive. Capewell does a little pass underneath, and then that beautiful left foot step beats 3 Roosters. It's an outstanding try. Great skill by all the Warriors there.
So 10-6 Warriors. Tell you what, we've only had 23 and a half minutes of actual play. We can't complain of a lack of interest in this game.
No.
End to end, it's mad. Like it's frantic.
crazy.
It's frantic, right?
I just wish I could see the set restarts a little bit clearer because it's so quick you can't see it. So I'm trying to get my head around what they're looking at. But it's very hard.
His boy 22 out, 5 in from touch, strikes it, no good, misses. His goal kicking is not flash. 1 out of 3 Tanner boy tonight. But after 24 minutes, the Warriors are back in front, leading 10-6 over the Sydney Roosters. It's the main break at the cricket. Day 1 at the Wacker of the Women's Test. India 4 for 99 against Australia. On the text line, boys, how could Teddy challenge a forward pass after what happened to the Eels last night? A blind man could see the ball went backwards last night, same as now, but refereeing has been woeful in the first round. Vegas, and here, says Eamon. Guys, Trent will be blowing up. I'm blowing up. The ref blowing the pee out of the whistle. Hello, Andrew and the team. Great to have you back calling the footy. Go the Roosters from Marilyn. Thank you, Marilyn. Damage from Tweed Heads. I'm so happy to hear your voices. Finally, the footy's back on the back veranda, having a pig's ear. Go you good things, and up the Titans by 13 plus on the Sharkies. So we'll be there tomorrow. Damage calling all of that from 2 o'clock, which is now from the kick-off. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. He plays it, and they head up near their 20-metre line.
So there's some confusion around Spencer Lenu.
Yes.
Andrew, he was named to start the game and then didn't start. Looks like he injured his hamstring in the warm-up.
Okay.
So that's why there's a little bit of confusion.
Because Blake Steep was initially in the starting lineup, and
Yes.
then when an hour and a half before the teams came out, Blake Steep was on the bench and Lenu at front row with Nafahu White back to lock. But it was Blake Steep who started. So
he's been ruled out of the game now.
okay. So just as well the extended bench there for the Roosters. There's now Tanner Boyd caught 4 metres in Roosters territory. Play to Leotoa. He gets a pass away to Harris Tavita. Up goes the kick. Tedesco's under it. 14 out from his own line. He's surrounded by Ford, Watney, Jelesniak and Laban. 13 out from his own line for the Roosters. 25 gone first half. Warriors 10, Sydney Roosters 6. You with Luke Lewis, Michael Carrianis, I'm Andrew Moore. Gibbsy's away for his annual hobnobbing golf trip to New Zealand. He's surrounded by billionaires. And Jonty's probably richer than all of them. As now it's Uelu. He gets the ball away. I bet she's got more stories than the rest of them. Got it left to Billy Smith. He's going to be taken 5 short of halfway. Play to Uelu. Goes to his right. Walker to Cherry Evans. Out the back to Tedesco. He puts a step on. Flick past to Ponga. Straight past one. Capewell's there. Ineffective. Ball away to Nwanganita-Waze. He beats one over the 30. Then a flick pass intercepted by Pompey, and he loses it. Then the Roosters lose it. There were 48 exchanges of possession. In the end, it's a forward pass against the Roosters, and Martin Nwanganita-Waze gives us Tedesco blowing up. He loses impact because he carries on like a pork chop every single decision that goes against him. He and Mitch Moses continue to be that. But Nwanganita-Waze looked like he had been accused of stealing the teacher's lunch.
It is all happening out there, but I don't see how this goes forward. He flicks it out the back, and it goes to a Warriors player, but Look, it's a hard one. You can't challenge it anyway because it is a forward pass. But
And then imagine trying to work out what happened after that. If they allowed that to play on, there was 6 knock-ons there, but I don't know who was the first one.
No one did. I think White Raven did the right thing. Stop it for a forward pass. No one can compete. There's Laban now getting a penalty against Billy Smith in the tackle. Laban was very unhappy with whatever happened there. So the Roosters could feel hard done by, but their discipline has been non-existent. They've conceded 4 penalties and 6 set restarts.
Louis, is this tactical from the Roosters now?
This is definitely not tactical. This is dumb. That's all I can say.
So if it was tactical, it would be a dumb tackle. Warriors find touch. 5 metres in Roosters territory. Now, we've still got 13 minutes left in the first half. It's 10-6 to the Warriors. They're 8 metres in Roosters territory. Lindsay Collins, the tackle there, coming in on one of the Warriors' replacements. First one for them, and that's Stowers Smith. 32 out from the Roosters line. Ball played and it comes right. Through hands away to Stowers Smith. He's put to the ground, head on and ball and all by Crichton. 23 metres out from the goal line. Egan dummy half. Goes right to Tanner Boyd. He links up that time with Aaron Clark. Stepped in field but nailed immediately. 20 metres out from the goal line. 3 tackles into the set. Egan sends it left to Boyd. Drifts across field. Then got the pass to Harris to to Capewell. Straight through a massive gap. Capey puts his hand in the air and he's over to score. Kurt Capewell. 28 minutes gone in Auckland, and should the try stand, it's Warriors 14, Roosters 6. Kick to come from in front, Luke Lewis to try to Kurt Capewell.
Well, beautiful try from the Warriors, but horrible discipline from the Roosters. That's why they're down here in this situation. But Tanner Boyd does such a good job. He skips across field so quickly, then he squares up the defensive line, which draws in the back row, then plays out nice and early there. And I think he hits Chanel Harris Tavita, and then he just plays nice and short to a hard-running back row on Kurt Capewell. And there's not a person in sight, doesn't get a finger laid on him. And is there any better sight than watching a back row just punch into a hole? There's no better feeling in the world. So well done to Capewell, well done to the Warriors. Keep asking questions, and I feel like the fatigue's really starting to set in for the Roosters.
Yeah, it's all the defensive workload that they had to do early. They just got the defensive spacing all wrong there. You look at Blake Steep, so he must be playing right edge at the moment because that's where he found himself, but he was very close to the referee, and it made essentially in the middle of the field, and the outside men just didn't react in time enough, and that allowed Kurt Capewell just to bust through. But yeah, impressive performance for the Warriors so far.
So Tanner Boyd surely gets this one. 11 metres out right in front.
Might hit the post.
14-6, 11 left first half. He's 1 out of 3 so far tonight, including one from right in front. Here he comes, and he makes no mistake this time. Drills it between the sticks. He's 2 out of 4, and the Warriors at home lead the Roosters 16 points to 6. Friday NRL here on ABC Sport. Back to the text line. Hey, Andrew and the team, great to have you back calling the footy and go the Roosters. Also, I'm tipping there'll be some spelling mistakes in the second half. Text from the Bucks Party gang says Willow. I'd imagine there may be. I've got my first narc since I've come back with a sponsor's name. Obviously, he still doesn't understand that we can't really give that here apart from Amy Park. It's called Media Stadium, you dope. I've missed you, narky narc. Welcome back. Great the footy's back on, gentlemen. Love Grandstand team. Thank you. Go the mighty Roosters from Mr. Bigglesworth.
It was good to hear from Jamal again.
He must be 25 now, Jamal. He started texting when he was about 9, could barely type. Here's the kick downfield. Taken in the in-goal area for the Warriors. 16-6, the Warriors lead. 10 minutes 30 gone in this, left in this first half. As Wade Egan sends it right to Stowers Smith. He's caught 20, make it 12 out from his own goal line. And coming in there was Egan Butcher. As now Warriors in centre field. Taking the tackle there is Vaimonga. One of the very talented young forwards for this Warriors outfit, who have it now on their 30-metre line through forward, taken by Uelu. Dummy half Egan, that no-look pass that he's renowned for. Goes from right to left to Nickel Klugstar. He stands in the tackle of Nat Butcher and Uelu. 12 short of halfway, last tackle Warriors. And the kick off the boot of Tanner Boyd. And it goes down to the left wing of Daniel Tupou. 15 out from the Roosters line. Heads to the 30. And Stowers Smith is one of 4 defenders, but he throws it over the top. Tedesco up the middle, big one. Now caught 9 short of halfway by Capewell. He plays the ball quickly. Walker goes right. It's a set restart here for the Sydney Roosters. Their first of the evening. And the Wongan Wanganitawaze. He's now tackled over the top by Pompey and Harris Tavita, 8 metres in Warriors territory. Uelu sends the ball right to left for the Roosters. Now Siwa Wong on the field. He's put to the ground by Laban. Played Uelu. Goes left through hands now to Walker. Takes on the defensive line, but Boyd is one of 3 Warriors defenders to bring him down. 23 metres out from the goal line. Roosters on the attack down 16-6. Cherry Evans midfield, goes right to Tedesco, short ball away to Butcher, back to Tedesco, he's bing-bing, the human pinball, flick pass goes awry, picked up though by Wanganitawaze. He swings it left to Cherry Evans, as now the Roosters get within 12 metres of the goal line through Egan Butcher, in front of the Northern Coast, Uelu, to the left, Walker, Jenking, takes on the goal line, beat 1, he got past Jackson forward, now claimed 2 out last play, Uelu goes right, he got the ball away, and now a strong run, pass to Cherry Evans, and he bombed it. He got a great pass from Siwa Wong onto his chest, and Daly Cherry Evans, he dropped it inexplicably. No try, 20-metre tap, 6 tackle set Warriors. Hang on.
On-field ruling and coming into 6 was a knockback Warriors into Daly knock-on. They believe there's high contact.
All right, so we're going back to Chris Butler for a captain's challenge by the Warriors.
Was it Kurt Capewell?
I was going to say, it couldn't be the Warriors.
Warriors have blown theirs.
No, they kept their Warriors.
Theirs, but yeah, I think it's a Kurt Capewell tackle there,
Yeah, there. Makes a point.
Yeah, it's chin or just below.
See why Wong
Just looking at all available angles. As you can see on this angle, it's blurry, doesn't show much detail.
Good call. Yeah, Warriors have had a successful challenge, haven't they?
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that tackle.
I don't know what I'm okay with anymore, because some things are
All available angles.
trying to keep up with.
We're looking at all available angles, Lou. It's the right arm from Cable.
That's nothing. That is dead set nothing.
That was
It's a
right.
shoulder.
It was even
Really
almost
high contact playing onto this point.
Yeah, it was almost under the
Contacts
shoulder.
across the shoulder and through the body.
There, no, not there.
So then do the Warriors touch the ball en route to Cherry Evans?
Pass backwards and hit by Kurt Capewell
Capewell.
backwards.
That's what Cherry Evans. He still should have
They're
taken
knocked
it.
on by Daly.
Yeah. So as you were, 20-metre tap for the Warriors and a 6 tackle set.
And that's just frustration for the Roosters. Let's challenge it. We're getting frustrated, so
Now their challenge
Check
is
the position
gone.
of the knock on.
This is all taking a while.
What are we looking at?
we're
What's going on here?
It's 6:45. There's still 8.5 minutes to go in the first
The knock
half.
on occurs in the field of play. The captain's challenge will be unsuccessful.
Where do you want this from?
So instead of 20-metre tap, it's 10 comments, 10 out.
Still 6 tackles.
Yeah, I got you.
I said that. Unsuccessful.
Listen. My decision doesn't change where the game restarts, though, so it's unsuccessful.
I would argue that if I was a Roosters player, I would argue that point too.
But then you know what the problem is?
There's-
They all argue all the time, right in the referee's face. I wouldn't give them anything either.
I would,
I'm watching a kids game in the moment.
It is.
I would argue that point because
It changes
a challenge
it changes the
and it's
decision.
changed. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't think you don't get to keep your challenge for that.
Warriors win the scrum and it comes right to Watney Zalesniak. 18 out from their own goal line. Ball played to Egan. Centre field left it goes to Vaimonga. He's put to the ground by Nat Butcher and also Uelu. 24 out for the Warriors line. We haven't seen Connor Watson on the field yet for the Roosters. He'll join us in here in the boardroom for the 4-hour pre-game show on Sunday. Egan dummy half. Goes himself up over the 40. Taken by Nat Butcher. 8 metres short of halfway. Fights to his feet midway through the tackle count. Plays at the nickel Klukestar. Goes right to Stowers Smith. And he's caught a metre in Rooster territory. No, this is the last. As it's played centre field, Egan goes right to Tanner Boyd. The kick from just short of halfway. Then ran into Angus Crichton. Or did Crichton run into him? Kick taken by Tupo. It was the latter. Crichton gives away a penalty. So the penalty goes to the Warriors. 5-1 the penalty count. And Angus Crichton gets penalised. And a few of the Warriors come in and just say, Don't be dirty, Angus.
Well, he turns his back, gets off the ground, and potentially puts Tanner Boyd in a dangerous, he contacts the leg, right? Yeah, you can't do that. So
that was careless more than
it was. Yeah, it wasn't totally reckless or overly dangerous, but it was just lazy from Angus Crichton there.
Is that you, Louis? Keep up with what's going on.
No, I'm keeping up with him. He does jump early. I understand that he hits his leg, but he does turn his back and he's in the air. You can't move while you're in the air. You're off the ground. You're already done.
It's a non-debatable penalty.
You can't do that.
No, you're not allowed to, but it just looked like while I was watching it.
Warriors took
I'm sick of seeing White Raymond on the screen.
12 metres out from the goal line. Ball's going to be played to Wayne Egan. He goes to his right. Down by a monger away to Boyd. Links up with Nickel Klukestar. 12 metres out from the goal line. It's 16-6. Warriors lead Roosters. Still 6 minutes 30 to go in the first half. Tanner Boyd, 12 metres out. He sends a left to Ford. It's taken 8 metres out from the line by Uelu and Collins. Now Wade Egan. He goes left to Boyd. Then a pass meant for Cable. Goes on the ground. Picked up by Tuivasa-Sheck. Incredible pass. Back in field to Chanel Harris-Tavita. And he's over to score. Well, that went from poor to brilliant in the blink of an eye. Try to the Warriors. 6 minutes left first half. Warriors 20, Sydney Roosters 6, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, you're right. That went from ugly to beautiful to watch. It was not a whole lot doing. They go over the left edge. They look really sharp on this left edge. Tanner Boyd goes to play short in front to Kurt Capewell and gets the whole pass sort of misjudged. Hits the ground, but they continue to play to the whistle. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck just used this beat, gets a nice bounce, quick little pass back inside there to find Chanel Harris-Tavita. And that was a beautiful try. But that bouncing pass, it always seems to cause a lot of damage, and this time that was a really good reaction there from Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
That was the difference, Louis, what you just said. The Warriors continued to play, the Roosters switched off. As soon as the ball hit the deck, the inside men, including the Wanganitawase and Ponga, and DCE, they just switched off for that split second. And Roger's had an awesome game so far to start. His first half he's been in everything, and this is the question, and I don't understand why he's not playing fullback.
Yeah, I know, but we've been asking that question for 2 years.
But it's unbelievable.
Andrew Webster stoic.
Well, he's doing a good job on the wing.
Imagine how good he could do touching the ball more.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't. That's why they've got him there.
Here's Tanner Boyd from the Eastern touch line.
Maybe they should have.
I love argumentative Louis is my favourite Louis. 4 minutes 45 left in the half. 23 out, 1 metre in. Tanner Boyd, he moves in, he strikes it, likes it, and it saves the upright. He's kicked the goal, Tanner Boyd. His third goal, 3 out of 5. What about this scoreline? The Warriors 22, Sydney Roosters 6, 4.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, what about even missing one from almost in front?
I know.
We're on track for another 50-pointer.
Surely.
Well, what, we're 28 so far.
And last night was only 18 at half time.
No.
Yes, 100% it's on track. Maybe not for one, maybe it is. I don't know.
What?
Andrew, rugby league is getting like union. There's too many stoppages of starting to lose interest in league. So don't be like that, Darren. Stay with us. Sharon from Brisbane, I'm still laughing on the bus home. Thank you, Sharon. Jake from Townsville. Hi, team, enjoying the call. Hoping my Panthers can get the job done later tonight would be a nice treat, as it's my 31st birthday. Jake, many happy returns, mate. Happy birthday. As the Warriors have the ball now after scoring and now leading 22-6. Ball played Egan. Goes to the left edge and taking the tackle. It's Tuivasa-Sheck. He plays the ball to Egan. 28 out from his own line. Open side right to the fullback, Nickel Klukestar. Taken by Wong and Uelu. 32 out from the Warriors goal line. Now it's Egan. Goes to the left edge to Harris-Tavita. 14 short of halfway. Last tackle this time for the Warriors. And Egan goes right. Boyd from inside his 40. Boots it downfield to the left wing of Tupou. Takes it 15 out from his own line. Heads towards the 30. Into Leah Tower and Laban. 31 out from his own line. Roosters with it. How they've loved some points before the break here. Down 22-6 in Auckland. Now Billy Smith, knocked to the ground by Egan and Stowers Smith. It's played to Uelu. Goes right to Nwanganitawase. He's put to the ground. 2 short of halfway by Laban and Harris-Tavita. Uelu goes left now to Cherry Evans to Walker. Quick hands away to Crichton. He scored 39 metres out from the line. He plays the ball quickly, Uelu. Short side left to Walker. Comes back open side right. Spiralling pass away to Lindsay Collins. He charges dead ahead. Taken by Vaimonga and Stowers Smith. Now comes to the left on the last. Sam Walker puts up the key. Getting back there, Watney Lesniak. Ball is loose. Dived on by Tanner Boyd for the Warriors. And they get the possession back. 5 out from their own line. 3 left first half. Warriors 22. Roosters 6 is now Nickel Klugstar. He scored 12 out from his own line by Siwa Wonglu.
Yeah, nothing really going on with the Roosters at the moment. They look a little bit lost. They're making it up as they go, and that's not what I expected from the Roosters tonight. But the Warriors, they're doing an awesome job. They're turning up for each other. They're defending well. They're running hard, and they're running in numbers, and that's causing all sorts of damage to the Roosters' defence.
They need half-time desperately, the Roosters. They're on their own 30, the Warriors. Nickel Klugstar plays it to Egan. Sends it left to Tuivasa Sheck up the middle. He thought he got one high. Caught 11 metres short of halfway by Wong. He plays the ball now to Egan. Cut out ball right to Vaimonga. Dummies goes himself. Wrapped up just short of halfway. So now it's going to be a kick downfield by Tanner Boyd. It's going to be taken 18 metres out for the Roosters line by Tupou. He goes right to Tedesco. Gets away from one Stowers Smith and twice. And now he's wrapped up and put to the deck by Egan. He plays at 27 out from his own line. Short side left to Smith. Got straight past Laban and Boyd, who comes back at him with a grass-cutting tackle. 31 out from the Roosters line. Tedesco centre field. Ford is there to greet him, but he throws one out the back. Half volleyed by Walker. One-handed to Cherry Evans. Whips it away left to Angus Crichton. How long left? 1:35 to go in the half. And they're 12 short of halfway, the Roosters. Down 22-6. There's now Siwa Wong. Steps his way straight through two. Tired defenders there from the Warriors. Great run by Siwa. He'll play 5 or 6 metres into Warriors territory. Couple of tackles left for the Tricolours. Goes right to Cherry Evans. Out the back, Tedesco just dropped it cold. Spilled out. Knock on Roosters. And not the bad handling sums up their first half, but they've made plenty of errors mentally and physically. Minute to go in the half. Warriors 22, Roosters 6. Warriors will get a scrum feed 12 short of halfway.
Again, just going back, they're making it up. At the moment, I haven't seen the Warriors sit there and go offload for an offload for an offload. They're happy just to get through their sets, get to a kick, put into the corner and build pressure. And at the moment, the Roosters are looking at the score. We're going, we need to score before half-time. If they just go into their sets and do what they do normally, they'll be fine. But at the moment, they're putting so much pressure on themselves.
Time off with 40 seconds to go. Now they get the scrum fed. So do the Warriors have anything special here in these last 30-odd seconds? Warriors have had 24 sets in the game. The Roosters, but 13. 7 short of halfway, Stowers Smith. He's tackled a metre short of the halfway line by Nat Butcher. Plays the ball to Wigan. Goes right to Vaimonga. Dummies. And he's going to be caught 6 metres into Roosters territory. Only about 15 seconds left in the half. That's a really slow play the ball to Egan. Goes left to Boyd. Takes on the line. And he's going to be wrapped up. 34 out from the goal line. Last play of the first half. Boyd plays it to Wigan. He dummies. Goes himself. Short side left to Pompey. Dummies. Then links up with Tuivasa Sheck. Put in a stab kick. But it's going to go over the dead ball line. Siren sounds. And that ends the first half. Boy, there was a lot going on. 22 points to 6 in favour of the Warriors over in Auckland. 22 points to 6, and that is the score. 4 tries to 1 in the first half. So we've got 6 minutes till we can get to the news, so we can have a good look at this first half. Tanner Boyd to try in the 11th minute. Adam Pompey in the 24th. Kurt Capel in the 28th. Chanel Harris-Tavita in the 34th minute. Tanner Boyd 3 goals from 5 attempts, 1 successful challenge, and 6 restarts by my count. And for the Sydney Roosters, a try to James Tedesco in the 16th minute. Sam Walker 1 from 1, an unsuccessful challenge and 1 restart. At half-time, Warriors 22 lead the Roosters 6 after in the New South Wales Cup, Roosters won 48-14 over the Warriors. Luke Lewis, that was a bit of a crazy first half.
It was a very crazy first half. I thought the Roosters were absolutely horrible. Discipline for the for the Roosters is disgraceful, and I think that's where Trent Robinson was speaking to his boys, and they've got to get back to basics. Just run hard, get up the other end of the field and build some momentum in their game of footy. For the Warriors, I thought they played hard, they played fast, they created quick play the balls, they competed on everything, and everyone was doing their job, and they come up with some really nice decisions. I like Tanner Boyd on that left side. I like the way that he's taken on the line. I like how he goes in nice and square into the defensive line, and he's really sharp at what he wants to do. He's either playing short short to Capewell or playing nice and early out the back, and they're creating a lot of space on that left side.
It was a bizarre performance from the Roosters. I thought they did really well in the opening 10 minutes just to withstand what the Warriors were throwing at them, because the Warriors' attack in that opening period was pretty poor, but then the Warriors just sprung to life sort of midway through that first half, and as Louis said, they didn't chance their hand too often, but they just looked controlled and far more settled in their structure than the Roosters. And then the Roosters' bench rotation was strange as well. Lindsay Collins played the whole first half. Nat Butcher looked like he was struggling at times, played the whole first half as well.
All right, so that's it, half-time, 22-6. We've got 4 minutes to the news, so why don't we go around the grounds before that and check in at Lang Park with this blockbuster looming between the Brisbane Broncos and the Penrith Panthers. Quentin Hull on the call with my brother from another mother, Billy Moore, and Zane Bojack. G'day, Q.
Oh, it's been a big old catch-up here before Friday night footy at the Cauldron. Great to see you, William. Firstly, team news. Isn't it great that we get it early? I must admit, I'm a fan of that. From a Broncos perspective, Ezra Mann was named alongside Adam Reynolds in the halves. He goes to the bench. Ben Hunt is going to start at 5/8 for the Broncos tonight. So the 3 players that have been scratched from the squad of 22 are Jesse Arthurs, Blake Moser and Thomas Dufty. So that 6-man bench is now Mam, Willison, Tolty, Talfa and Jaden Hunt. While for Penrith, Isaac Tungor goes to the bench. Scott Sorensen, the Perth-bound Scott Sorensen, you can't have him yet, Billy. He goes to the bench. Thomas Jenkins will start in the centres for Penrith, and Isaiah Papali'i comes into the second row. So that bench for Penrith, the 4 out of 6 is of Tungor, Sorensen, Cogger, Going, Lussick and Phillips. How are you, great man? Welcome to 2026.
Yeah, great to be here, Q. Great to be beside you and all our wonderful listeners. Can't wait. I missed this game in the semi-finals. I was romancing in Northern Italy. I've seen the replays. Oh, it was rocking, wasn't it? I can't wait to see another edition anywhere near that. Will be fantastic.
Who finishes higher, do you think, at the end of the year between these two?
Penrith. Wow.
I knew that if I just dangled a little carrot early on, you'd have to have a snatch at it. Why do you think Penrith will finish higher in 2026 than the reigning premiers?
I believe Broncos are a bit linear. They're a little bit less dimensional than Penrith are. Penrith have got more firepower. In saying that, when they get to the big game, that's a different cup of tea. When it gets to cutthroat knockout footy, it comes down to one man. I've been saying that for a while, and we saw that at the back end of last year. Reece Walsh, if he plays the best he can play, stop the fight. I don't believe the 2026 edition of the NRL will allow that to happen, because the game is so forceful at restricting players. I hope he can do, because that means he's then going into the echelon of a Michael Jordan. Where you're talking about a guy who actually has everyone coming at him, and he finds a solution when there's none available.
Well, I said pre-grand final he was going to, on that night, elevate himself from rugby league star to Australian sport star. He's done that. So we'll wait to see what happens tonight. Repeating, Hunt to start alongside Reynolds in the halves. Tungor and Sorensen to the bench. Papali'i and Jenkins to start. It'll be humid. It'll be rocking. Adam G's the ref and Ash Klein's in the bunker.
All right, geez, you're in rare form to kick us off, Billy Moore. Michael Jordan references, the whole works. So that's to come. Brisbane and Penrith. Here it's halftime, or the game in Auckland. The Warriors leading the Sydney Roosters 22 points to 6, having scored 4 tries to 1. You with Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis. I'm Andrew Moore. We are in the boardroom. We're about to go to the ABC newsroom and then back with the second half right here on NRL Friday.
ABC News with Noni Edwards. The Israeli military says it's begun striking Hezbollah infrastructure in Beirut's southern suburbs after earlier warning thousands of people to evacuate. The BBC's Wira Davis reports.
Just after nightfall, the Israeli military announced it had begun striking Hezbollah infrastructure in the Dahia area of southern Beirut. Unconfirmed reports later said there were at least 12 overnight strikes on Dahia, and the Lebanese health ministry said the death toll since bombing started last Saturday had risen to 123 killed and almost 700 people injured. Hundreds of people who couldn't afford to stay in hotels or find spaces in makeshift shelters like schools slept in their cars or open areas, including parks and public squares.
US President Donald Trump says it would be a waste of time to consider sending US ground troops into Iran. In a phone call to NBC News, Mr. Trump dismissed the Iranian foreign minister's warning that such a move would spell disaster for invaders. He adds that remarks from Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi that Tehran was ready for a US or Israeli ground invasion is wasted and that they've lost everything they can lose. Some travellers affected by flight disruptions to Dubai airport say trying to get home has been incredibly stressful. Major international airports in Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Doha have been closed due to wider conflict in the Middle East, which has left many passengers stranded. This week alone, more than 10 million seats were expected to fly in and out of the three airports. Heather Doherty is a Californian resident returning home from a work trip to Dubai and says the entire situation has been incredibly difficult to navigate.
Well, I spent the first night huddled on the floor next to my bed, worried about the windows exploding. So, you hear alerts going off, you hear explosions in the sky, and it's hard to know what's going on, but it's really unsettling.
The Australian Defence Force says there's been another unsafe interaction with a Chinese military helicopter over the Yellow Sea. Political reporter Isabella Tolhurst has more from Canberra.
The ADF says an incident with a People's Liberation Army Navy helicopter put Australian personnel at risk this week. It says a Seahawk helicopter launched from the Australian frigate HMAS Toowoomba was confronted by a Chinese helicopter which rolled towards it. The ADF says the Australian helicopter was forced to take evasion to maintain a safe flight and said it was an unsafe and unprofessional manoeuvre. The incident occurred on Wednesday but has only been announced today. In October, Australia lodged a diplomatic protest after a Chinese fighter jet released flares close to a Royal Australian Air Force plane over the South China Sea.
The member for Katherine says the owners of Woolworths in Katherine have asked to close the shopping complex as Katherine faces major flooding, with the town now cut off from Darwin by road. Joe Hersey says local schools have been converted into evacuation shelters as the local hospital flies out patients to Darwin. She says the request to close the shopping complex was due to staff safety concerns, not because the supermarket had run out of food.
I have just heard also that Woolworths, the landlords have asked for Woolworths to be shut down. We only have one supermarket, so that's a bit concerning. I've been in contact with Woolworths over that.
Residents in Now U Daly River are bracing to be evacuated again due to rising floodwaters. The water level at Daly River near the police station peaked at 11.8 metres this afternoon, and the Bureau of Meteorology says it's confident it will reach major flooding level early next week. Nadine Daly works at the local school and says creeks and rivers are spilling over. She says residents are worried.
A lot of people are scared and they're asking me, and I just tell them, just prepare for the flood, put your stuff up, pack a bag, just be ready.
Jackie Henderson from the Kyle and Jackie O show says she's shocked the radio show has ended following her departure after an on-air feud with her co-host last month. In a statement issued by her manager and close friend Gemma O'Neill, Ms. Henderson says she's deeply saddened by the possibility of the show ending and disputes quitting or resigning. Ms. Henderson has confirmed she's pursuing legal action. Meanwhile, co-host Kyle Sandilands remains suspended after ARN issued written notice to him for serious misconduct. To sport, and North Korea's booked its spot in the Asian Cup soccer quarterfinals with a 5-0 defeat of Bangladesh at Western Sydney Stadium. Star North Korean striker Kim Kyung-yong grabbed 2 goals while midfielder Myung Yoo-jong scored a penalty to take her tournament tally to 4. You're up to date with ABC News.
The comedians are let loose on the wild and weird in the only quiz show filmed after dark in a real museum.
Sounds pretty cool. We're all in there.
Join me, Alex Lee, for Tonight at the Museum. Wednesday nights on ABC TV and ABC iView.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
Now Egan spins it away to the left of Boyd. Show and go, minutes gone. Now played to Clark on the last. Shannon Boyd 23 metres out. Kicks to the southeast corner. Up they go. Caught by Tuivasa-Sheck. Pass back to Capewell. Somehow way to Poppy. Pass Ronnie's over, but does he get it down? There's a lot to check here.
Adam maintains possession and grounds downward pressure. We have a decision.
So a try to the Warriors, scored by Adam Pompey after 23 minutes and 3 seconds, and now the Warriors are back in front. 20 metres out from the goal line, 3 tackles into the set. Egan sends it left to Boyd, drifts across field, then got the pass to Harris, to bend to Capewell, straight through a massive gap. Capey puts his hand in the air and he's over to score. Kurt Capewell. He sends it left to Ford. It's taken 8 metres out from the line by Uelu and Collins. Now Wade Egan. He goes left to Boyd. Then a pass bent for Capewell. Goes on the ground. Picked up by Tuivasa-Sheck. Incredible pass. Back in field to Chanel Harris to Vida. And he's over to score. Well, that went from poor to brilliant in the blink of an eye. Try to the Warriors. 6 minutes left first half.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
and ABC Listen.
It is half-time in the first of the 2 games being played on this Friday night, and it's the Warriors 22 leading the Sydney Roosters 6. As you heard in the highlights, 4 tries to 1. I'm Andrew Moore in the boardroom opposite Luke Lewis and opposite Michael Carianis. Great to see you boys as we're getting underway in season 2026 as one of Michael Carianis' thong goes flying through the boardroom. And
what was my name? Sorry, what did you say?
Michael Carianis.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why your thong is flying across the boardroom table.
I'm just trying to work.
I just wish it was your footwear. This is NRL Friday on ABC Sport. Around the grounds in the women's cricket test at the WACA Day 1, India 4 for 102 against the Australian team, and Australia won the toss and sent India into bat. So Luke Lewis, good evening to you once again. This Warriors side is making the most of opportunities given to them by the Roosters.
Yeah, absolutely. The Warriors are not getting caught up with what the Roosters are doing. For me, outside looking in, the Roosters, all they want to do is whinge and complain. And that's why they're getting so many penalties and set restarts go against them at the moment. They don't worry about what's important, getting through their sets, getting to a kick into a corner and building a game. Whereas the Warriors have just come out and say, let's play in front of our crowds, game 1, let's get this win, and just work hard for each other. And that's what they're doing. They're taking opportunities when they get them, and they're playing. The Roosters are playing right into their hands. If they don't change their attitude in this, I'm seeing another 22 points. So, fingers crossed it does change, but at the moment they've got a big reality check, the Roosters.
Well, we can see there the Roosters first team back for the second half. Incidentally, guests over the course of the weekend, injured Cronulla co-captain Cameron McInnes will join us in the box tomorrow at Shark Park, along with Gold Coast Director of Football. He's back at the Titans, our man Scotty Sattler, premiership winner with you, Lou, in 2003, one of the great dudes in footy.
So you think tomorrow, if we got him on air, he won't tell any porkies because he's in a high role now.
Yeah, he's official now.
Yeah.
So, yes, he will. Chris Hyington will reflect on the Sharks' one and only premiership in 2016. You might remember that, Luke. And PNG Chiefs' new head honcho, Michael, not Carianis, Chamis, will join us for a chat. We're going to have 2 MCs on together for the first time.
Brilliant.
I can't wait either. I just hope it's going to blow my head off trying to work out who's who. He's got you a dream job, hasn't he?
Not in PNG. We've had 2 MCs on before.
Here's the kick-off. Coming from the Roosters, running left to right as you look at your radio. The Warriors defending the southern end of the ground, and it comes away to Stowes Smith. He's tackled about 14 down from his own line by Nat Butcher. Play to Wade Egan. Goes to his right to Kurt Capewell. Both teams have only used 2 replacements so far, as now it's Egan dummy half. Goes to his right to Ford, and he runs into Billy Smith, and Crichton still going. Great run forward. He's a good player. He's finally caught 34 out from his own line. He plays the ball now to Egan. Takes off from dummy half down the short side right, but he's caught 4 metres short of halfway. Dummy half Boyd. Goes left to Nickel Klukestar, and he's wrapped up 3 metres in Roosters territory. Egan goes goes right to Boyd with the kick. 49 out from the Roosters line. Ineffective though, straight down the throat of Daniel Tupou. 10 out from his own goal line. And a good chase from the Warriors as he'll play Tupou. 18 out from his own line. Forward headed the charge. Play to Walker. Sends it right into Wanganita-Waza. Got a high tackle from Kurt Capewell. That was a lazy, careless shot from Capewell. No harm intended, but an obvious penalty there going to the Roosters. Just their second of the night. So a minute 10 gone second half. Luke Lewis, Warriors 22, Roosters 6, and a get out of jail card here for the Roosters.
Yeah, they needed that, the Roosters. They haven't had a whole heap of penalties come out of their own end, so a good little early leg up in the second half for them, but really good work there by the Warriors, the way they got out of their own end. Again, got downfield nice and easy. They created a bit of space around the ruck there as well, so I think the Warriors are full of confidence.
Now it's the Roosters. Junior Ponga, who started the game in the centres. Rob Toyer was ruled out with injury. Now it's Snap Butcher caught, 9 metres in Warriors half. Played to Uelu. He gets the ball away to Siwa Wong. I've got one question. I know he works with his mate. Where is Connor Watson? How has he not come onto the field yet for the Roosters?
Should have been on in the first half.
Uelu goes left. Here's a little tip on away to Daniel Tupou. He beats one. Now finished off by Jacob Laban on that eastern side. 17 metres out from the line. They come to the right. Walker gets it away. Tedesco. Left and right footstep. Then he links up right to Cherry Evans. Away to Ponga. Junior Ponga fends away from Pompey. He comes back at him with Tuivasa-Sheck. And the tackle made. 12 out from the goal line. 2 in from touch western side. The ball played is still 22-6 to the Warriors. Here's the last tackle kick from Walker to the wing of Tupou. Up they go. Bounces down to Ali Lear-Tower for the Warriors. And they'll get a ball back as it was a knock-on. They'll advance the footy a few metres and get to play at 10 out from their own line. 2.5 gone second half. Michael Carianis, Warriors 22, Roosters 6.
Well, if you're Billy Smith, you'd be craving another one-on-one opportunity with Italia. He just didn't get that opportunity in that second half after causing a line break in the Roosters' first try in the opening half.
So, it's the Warriors on their own 20-metre line. Ali Lear-Tower. He's not been great defensively out there. Certainly a very talented attacking player. His forward caught 29 out from his own line. Creeps another metre or two. Plays the ball to Wigan. Takes off from dummy half. Tackled 11 short of halfway by Uelu and Walker. 20 in from the eastern touch line. It's Boyd. Going left by Monga. Cut out pass from Harris to Vita. Away to Pompey. He steps in field away from Ponga. Then a flick pass to the touchdown. He missed his mark there by about 8 metres. It was Tuivasa-Sheck down the left flank, but he gave him no chance. So it remains Warriors 22, Roosters 6. 3 and a bit gone second half. Don't forget your text messages are welcome. 0467 920 222.
Yeah, silly play there from Pompey, but I can understand what he was thinking. He's seen Roger on his outside with a little bit of space. He hits him on the chest. It might have been a foot race there, but I still reckon Mark Wanganita-Waza catches him, and they don't make a whole lot more metres there. So silly play there from Pompey. Just got to pull those ones in, be smart about what they're trying to work for.
Now the Roosters, Crichton, caught 2 metres in Warriors territory. Paul and Wollongong says, Maura, there'll be plenty of energy tomorrow. Equals MC squared. As now the Roosters 38 out for the Warriors line.
That's what our column was called when we were at the Herald together.
I don't remember it. Uelu goes left to Walker rather, links up with Crichton, caught 28 metres out. I love your riding. I love even more Genesis riding. Remember when he was a journo? As it comes away to the right, Cherry Evans. He's caught 23 out from the Warriors line. Southern end plays the ball. Uelu goes to his right to Walker. He puts up the kick on the last tackle, and it's going to be tapped back by Wanganita-Waza into the feet of Walker. That's all brilliantly done. Ball loose in goal. Grounded by Cherry Evans. I reckon that's a try. It's the ugliest, the messiest, the dirtiest try you'll ever see. But Wyatt Raven points to the spot anyway. And Daly Cherry Evans is on the board for the Roosters. 4 minutes 30 gone. Second half. Warriors 22, Roosters 10. Good luck explaining that, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, it was really nice work here by Sam Walker. He comes down the short side, but Mark Wanganita-Waza puts the foot in play, keeps the ball infield, and it was the kick from Sam Walker, like a little soccer kick. He's going to see if he gets this ball down the line as a ground it. Oh, yeah, grounds. It's got to be no try. Grounded.
And I think that's more good luck than good management there from Charles Nicol-Klukstad, but he grounds that ball and then loses it, doesn't realise that he's grounded the ball, so tries to react, but I think this is more of a fluke than anything.
Well, he kept it one hand like a water polo player, and to his credit, he didn't drop the ball until he knew he had grounded it on the goal line.
I don't think he realises he's grounded it.
Oh, I think he did. He's a smart dude, Charles Nicol-Klukstad.
I think it's a fluke.
Yeah, fluke.
Incident.
But we'll ask him. I guarantee you'll say a minute.
Yeah, of course he did. So from all of that, we're still with the bunker.
The biggest sigh of release, Adam Pompey, because that errant pass there really put him under pressure for no reason, and looks like it was almost going to be a try. Look, if Charles Nicol-Klukstad is trying to score a try, that's a try. So what are we looking at?
I don't know.
That is grounded. In goal.
If he's trying to score a try,
the ball is on the line.
We're saying that's a try.
The ball's on the
right
line.
there, that's a try.
Grounded, yes.
So what are we looking at?
Well, they're just trying to waste time.
I'm not making a ruling right now. It's with them.
Yeah, Roosters are whinging to the referee when it's not in his hands in any way, shape or form. Go away. Sam Walker, go away. James Tedesco, go away. Why don't the referees say that to them? Get out of my face.
They're too nice.
White Raymond is a very nice dude. Anyway, we're still with Chris Butler meanwhile.
Video review. We're looking at a grounding from Charms.
What are we looking at? It's grounded.
We haven't even officially looked at it yet.
What's doing?
We should be like at least 7 tackles in.
We get a note to Q and Billy and Zano in Brisbane? I hope the game doesn't kick off there till about 20 past 8.
Play up to this point.
20 past 7 Queensland time.
You can see here that Charles has got a clear grip of the ball. Maintains his grip now.
Yes, mate.
Petty.
There's a clear grip of the ball. He intentionally grounds the ball on the line here in the in goal. We have a decision.
I just hope this game is a one-off and not what we're going to get every game every week. Then I'll be like that listener earlier.
To be fair, we deserve one. Because it's round 1.
Okay.
Just give a reminder of what it used to be like. It's going to be good for us the weekend.
Okay. I like the way you get. See, half past full all weekend here. Here's the line dropout from the Warriors. Almost surprised to see play. Taken by Uelu. He gives the pass away left to Egan Butcher. Strong run up the middle. Nearly beat the defence of Egan, but caught 33 out from the Warriors line. So no try to Cherry Evans. 22 points to 6. Warriors lead the Roosters. It's NRL Friday here on ABC Sport with Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis, and I'm Andrew Moore. Set restart goes to the Roosters 25 metres out. They're second of the night. Then there's push and shove involving Capewell, Collins. In comes Sam Walker. Mwanga Nitawazo's got a big smile on his dial. And there's push and shove for the modern day Melly. Another stoppage in play. Initially it was for...
Award 6 again, right? He then takes it completely out of my hands. The penalty's against him.
So Lindsay Collins gets penalised, was it? For giving an unheralded shove. Penalty goes to the Warriors. They're 6th of the night, and she gave 4 to shove to the chin, did Lindsay Collins, and that is why the penalty's been given. Do you think that will improve the Roosters players' moods? Now the Warriors from the penalty from touch, 7 short of halfway. Hi, Michael.
Yeah, the penalty was for slowing down the ruck. It wasn't for any like illegal contact to the head or something like that for Lindsay Collins to react. So that's why the penalty was blown against him.
Now play 2 for the Warriors. Downs Smith hits it up. Taken 6 metres in Roosters territory. Still 34.5 minutes to go, and it's Warriors 22, Roosters 6. Tanner Boyd goes right to Jackson 4.
I've got a question for you, Andrew.
Yes, can you wait till this set's finished?
Where's Connor?
Yeah, it's a great question. Now to the left. It comes away by Monga to Boyd. Then he links up with Capewell left edge. Good tackle to bring him down. About 20 metres out from the line, courtesy of Junior Ponga, who's, or was it Wong, now clutching a leg. Siwa Wong. Warriors get to within 10 of the goal line. Last tackle now for the Warriors. Egan will play the footy to Harris to Beta. Wong down in back play. Tanner Boyd the kick from 14 metres out, heading to the goal line. Up they fly! The ball's been caught spectacularly, and the Warriors are in. And I think that player has just come onto the field for the Warriors. the home team, and Leka Halasima, who we saw score some very important tries last year in his rookie year. He is over. 6 minutes 30 gone second half. Try to Halasima and the Warriors, who extend to a 26 points to 6 lead over the Roosters, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, Halasima, he's been outstanding, wasn't he, last year? I still remember that try at Newcastle that he scored, and he's just come on the field, he gets himself into a beautiful position, gets up, competes for the ball, comes down with it nicely, and scores another try for the Warriors. The Roosters are absolutely shot. They don't know what's going on, and the Warriors have just turned up to play football, and it's really good to see Halasima go over for a nice early try in this season, and I reckon we're going to be calling his name a fair bit this year.
That's a fair leap, see?
Beautiful.
Beautiful leap, and the Roosters players just weren't anywhere to be seen. It's the perfect kick right in between where, the edge back rower probably is on the opposite side, so the try has been confirmed, but nice work, and I think it was actually Junior Ponga that was down getting an ankle looked at as well whilst that try was being scored. So repeating that, Spencer Lenu, who was supposed to start the game, injured his hamstring in the warm-up and has taken no part in this fixture.
So it is 26-6 to the Warriors, and now Tanner Boyd, 13 out, 20 in from touch. He moves in, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. He's 4 out of 6, and this is a bit of a hiding right now. Warriors 28, Sydney Roosters 6. 8 minutes gone second half. On the text line 0467 920 222. I'm backing the Warriors. Go Manly, lol. DCE says Gwina at Deepwater. Andrew, even I saw that, and I'm blind and not watching the telly either. It's Lee in Brisbane. Ludacris says Trish, the Roosters fan. Can't believe Dolphins are favourites. Bunnies all day, every day, says Epster. That's out of the blue, Epster. Evening, Andrew. Can't tell you how happy I am to hear you on the radio again. Great to know your health is good. It's always entertaining listening to you, Luke and MC. And Jonty says Tony from Parks. Thank you, Tony. Good to have your company. 0467 920 222. On the text line is now the Warriors have the ball. 22 out from their own line. This time it is Dimitri Monga. He'll play the ball centre field to Egan. Goes right now to Halasima. Backs his way to his own 30-metre line. Tackled there by Collins and Uelu. Now the ball played to Egan. Goes from dummy half. Taken by Wong and Uelu. Nickel Klukstad, dummy half, 12 short of halfway. Sends it left. Harris DeVita, a rush kick. It's a low one. Taken on the bounce down low by Nwanga Nitawaze. Brings it back into Tuivasa-Sheck and Pompey. And he's caught just inside the western touch line. Plays it a metre short of halfway. And they spin it to the left to Junior Ponga. So he looks okay. Runs into Monga and Egan. And will play it just short of halfway. Warriors 28, Sydney Roosters 6.
Connor Watson's on the field to play dummy half.
Well, what a time to come on when your team's down 28-6. So Connor Watson's out there and he spins it away left to Walker. Away to Tedesco. Cut out pass. Turbo juggled it. Had he taken it, he might have set sail downfield, but instead he hits the deck. 33 out from the Warriors line. 5 in from touch eastern side. They work it right. Tedesco. Away to Walker. Hands it off on the inside of the Fahu White. And Jackson Ford is there with 2 others, including Stow Smith and Halasima. 25 out from the Warriors goal line. Watson on the last. Goes left to Walker. Puts up the kick. Nickel Klipstad's back there with a catch. Now, I think he left the field of play to take that. So it'll be a goal line dropout for the Warriors. Great work nonetheless by Charles Nickel Klipstad. 9 minutes 30 gone second half, Louis, and the Warriors 28 lead the Roosters 6.
Yeah, he definitely left the field of play. You can see that Shans is actually thinking, do I go back in here? But he has to jump up, and he leaves about a half a metre into the field of play and gets tackled. But a nice little kick there from Sam Walker as well, and a good chase there by Tedesco. And that's the first probably good finish to a set from the Roosters for a long time.
So now the line dropout. Returning it is Egan Butcher for the Sydney Roosters. He's caught 30 metres out from the Warriors line. Now they work it to the right side. Nafahu White taken over the top by Capewell, down low by Ford. 22 out from the goal line. Watson dummy half. Short side goes right to Tedesco. Bing away from one. And now put to the ground 11 metres out by Egan and Nickel Klukstad. Play to Watson, 10 in from touch western side. Right to left to Jerry Evans. Links up with Walker. They've got the numbers here. Away now to Billy Smith. Good defend on Leah Tower. He missed an awful tackle again. And he's over to score, Billy Smith. The Roosters are in 28-10 to the Warriors. 29 and a half minutes to go. And look, he hasn't had many opportunities, Billy Smith, but when he does, he's just carving Ali Leah Tower to pieces, Louis. 28-10, the Roosters hit back to Billy Smith.
Yeah, well, he's all class, Billy Smith, when he gets some early ball. He's got a beautiful right hand, Finn. He's got a really nice little flick pass with that left hand. And Daniel Tupou will get a lot of success off it this year. But they've just got to get him some more ball in these type of situations. This is the first real opportunity we've seen for Billy Smith close to the line with a little bit of room to move. And he just absolutely carves them up and gets it right. That little skip it away. And then what was Sean's doing there? He just comes and goes, touched her. That was not even an attempt to tackle. But, well, can we see a comeback? 29 minutes to go. Can we see a comeback, Andrew?
Well, we could. I'm not backing it in. But 28-10, it gives them a home MC.
They've got to go that way again, the Roosters. We spoke about it earlier. Billy Smith had some joy in that first half. But, you know, if you're Dallin Watney-Lesniak standing on the outside there, you're going to be so tempted to bite in next time there's a wide shift, not having any faith in your inside man. So expect Daniel Tupou to get an opportunity potentially next time they go down that edge.
Yeah, he easily beat Ali Leah Tower to score the try. It is 28-10 to the Warriors, just over 28 minutes to go, and Sam Walker is about 2 or 3 metres in from touch on the western side. Don't forget your text messages, more than welcome, 0467 920 222. We'll get to some of those again in a tick. To the kick from Walker. One from one so far. Way out wide. 23 metres out. Right foot kicker. Walker strikes it. Heading towards the post. He likes it. He's kicked the goal. Sam Walker, 2 out of 2. Warriors 28. Sydney Roosters 12. 12 gone in the second half. On the text line, 0467 920 222. Andrew's back on the radio. So great to hear your voice. Good health to all in 2026. From Anthony and Lachlan in Canberra. Thanks to both of you, and I wish it straight back at you. Evening legends, backing the Roosters for a comeback. Since Para conceded 50 plus, they can't win the Cop. But the good news is the spoon is still available. Grimesy, low blow. 0467 920 222. Mitch says the new scoreboard screen is too far south. You can't see it from the Lily Marsh stand. Oh, that might be for the cricket. Okay. I'm back in the Warriors and go Manly. That's from Gwen. I might have read that a little bit earlier. Keep them coming. 0467 920 222. And in the cricket, second session, another wicket. Deepti Sharma out for 7. And India reeling after being sent into bat by Australia. 5 for 107. Now the Roosters have the footy, and Watson's going to be taken by Halasima. He'll play it 15 short of halfway. Cherry Evans goes to the right edge this time to Nat Butcher, and he stands in the tackle there of Pompey and 2 others and passed it after the referee, White Raymond, yelled held. So we go back and play it a metre or 2 short of halfway, and does so to Watson, western side. Open side left to Cherry Evans, then away through hands. Walker away to Tedesco. Easily got away. Leah Tower missed another shocker. Pass back on the inside, and Billy Smith's cut down. 7 metres in Warriors territory. Watson dummy half. Last tackle, it goes right. Cherry Evans with a towering kick. They're coming through Turbo. Great catch, Watney-Lesniak. And he's put to the ground by Egan Butcher. 23 out from the Warriors line. 13 gone second half. And it's 28-12 in favour of the Warriors, who led 22 points to 6 at half-time over there in Auckland. And now it's Nickel Klugstar, 24 out from his own line, playing at the Boyd. Goes centre field left to Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. He's caught 29 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Sam Healy on the field. He sends it away to the right edge. And now Aaron Clark, who's back out there. He's going to be caught 9 metres short of halfway. Egan, short ball left to Stowers Smith. He's caught just short of halfway by Watson and Egan Butcher. Played on the last to Healy. Samuel Healy gets it away. There's Chanel Harris to Vida. Left foot kick straight down the throat of Mark Nwanganita-Waze. 14 out from his own line, and this time he's taken by the chase of Pompey and one other, Capewell. 18 out from his own goal line. 14 gone second half, Luke Lewis. 28-12, Warriors lead.
Yeah, there's not much going on at the moment. A little bit of arm wrestle. I feel like the Roosters need to sort of start forcing some errors or a couple more second phase play. That's when they look really dangerous, especially when they set up that right-sided shift to that left edge to Billy Smith. I'd like to see them do that coming out their own end as well.
So now in their own 32, both plays it to Watson. Goes centre field right in the Fahu White. Great run. 15 metres into Stour Smith. Plays the ball quickly to Watson. Spins it away left to a running Walker. Back on the inside, Tedesco. Over the 30. Links up to his left to Angus Crichton, who'll go over to score the try. Brilliant from the Roosters, and here they come. 25 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Warriors 28, Sydney Roosters 16. The answer to your question, Louis, is now an emphatic yes.
That is a beautiful play here by Sam Walker. Good communication. Gets the ball early, stay inside to Tedesco, and that's a nice little pass. And I like what he does here. He squares up, is that Roger Tuivasa-Sheck or was that Shans then? I couldn't see in that replay, but I think it was Shans. Squares it out nicely, plays on the outside to Angus Crichton, and he's just got an easy passage to the try line. And they'll be getting a lot of confidence out of this. 2 back-to-back tries, back in the game.
Yeah, their big guns firing there. Sam Walker into James Tedesco, and a beautiful pass to Angus Crichton, and the comeback is well and truly on. We know how quickly this Rooster side can put points together if they get on the front foot. So the Warriors just need to be really, really careful here. There's still 24 and a half minutes to go, so there's plenty of time for this Roosters side.
And Sam Walker looks in good touch with the boot. He's only had a couple of shots at goal.
I just say it too. Yeah. No surprise that the Roosters are starting to pick up their attack with Connor Watson coming on the field.
100%. So now Sam Walker, 22 out, 12 in from the touch line. Aiming at Logan says, Maury just worked out why MC sounds so happy. His Swannies won last night. Well, in fairness, he always sounds happy.
Give you the tip, didn't even know they're playing.
Jerry Evans watches Walker move in, strike it like it, kicks the goal. He's 3 out of 3. 10-point ball game. Warriors 28, Sydney Roosters 18. 16 minutes 20 gone in this second half. And the Warriors coach Andrew Webster will be a little anxious. Listening on our way to Townsville in northwest Queensland, awaiting the rain from the cyclone. Let's go, Chooks. Comeback is on from Nelly and B. Well, I hope you are safe up there. Hello, ABC team. So happy you guys are back. That's Morris from Southwest Sydney. Thank you, Morris. 0467 920 222. Greg on the Murray River. Andrew, welcome to 2026 of footy. Awesome to hear you again. Could you give a shout out to the Undullah man? He lost his partner 2 weeks ago. It would mean a lot to him if you could possibly mention his name. From Greg on the Murray River. Well, Undullah man, I hope you're doing okay. That's all. As now back to the footy and the Fahu White. Is that a high tackle, MC?
No, he's knocked the ball on. He slipped.
No.
He slipped as he was returning, and then the contact as he fell to the ground has forced the ball free. So I think he's a little bit unlucky here. That's a little bit unlucky for him. Very unlucky. He slipped as he was trying to make the hit up, and then I think it was Kurt Capeway and Fisher Harris over the top. Accidentally dislodged the ball. So it's just unfortunate.
The knee hits the point of the ball.
It's unfortunate from the Fahu White there.
So scrum feed though for the Warriors. The look on Kurt Cable's face was unreal. Just, there's the ball. They win the scrum and it comes to the right to
what was it?
Waya Tower. There's the ball. All right. That's what gets you into a promo, MC. Now the ball's playing, it comes to the left. Jackson forward. He's taken 5 metres out from the Roosters line. You've got to make a much bigger goose of yourself than you've been doing so far. Now Healy goes left to Boyd. Back on the inside to Fisher Harris. Crashes into White and Siwa Wong. Only 5 metres out from the line. The Warriors in search of a 6th try. Oh, no. Healy goes right to Tanner Boyd. Straight in, straight out. But it's a delayed penalty for inside the 10. Now, you can give a penalty if ball is lost. So, in terms of it whinging on a scale of 1 to 10, that was only about a 3.
I was going to ask your thoughts on it. They're going to go for the 2 points here, the Warriors, naturally, to try and extend that lead out to 12. And it was on that right-hand side of the field. And I think Tanner Boyd got excited knowing that they'd stripped him for numbers.
They did leave early. I'm just watching the replay there. They left about 1.5 metres, 2 metres early, so that's a penalty that had to be called by White Raymond.
Yeah, they were due on Wednesday and they got there on Tuesday.
Yeah, but
very early.
This is a smart play. You need to take these 2 points. This gives you, it makes the Roosters have to score 2 converted tries, so it'd be silly if they didn't take these 2.
Billy Smith's just getting an ankle checked. There's 21 and a half minutes to go. And it's 28 points to 18 to the Warriors. And Tanner Boyd, so far with the boot, 4 from 6. And he's 14 metres out, 20 metres in from the eastern touchline. The Warriors to go out by a dozen. Boyd sets, step back, now in he comes. With the right boot, he makes no mistake, he's kicked the goal. He's 5 from 7. Warriors 30, Sydney Roosters 18. 2 converted tries, the difference. 21 minutes left over in Auckland. Also on the text line, great to hear you calling the footy, Andrew. Hi, Luke and MC from Big Daddy at Coffs Harbour. 0467 920 222. On the text line, right through until 10:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time tonight, 9:30 Queensland time. Shirl the Pearl wishing all a great season. Good to hear you all back on air. I've got the wires, so I'm hoping they stay in front. Well, they're up by 12 now, Shirl the Pearl. 30 points to 18. The ball's played to Healy. 12 out from the Warriors line. Goes right to Fisher Harris on play 2. And he's tackled still inside the 20 by Connor Watson. Plays the ball to Healy. Sends the ball right to Clark. Then through hands forward away to Halasima. Fends away from 1-2. Then got away from the third in Egan Butcher. And finally wrapped up by Wong. And Nat Butcher 22 out from his own line. He's got a grimace on his face. And you could hear the referee there explain he got a loose arm around there. So now Healy gets the offload away. Fisher Harris to Vita. Links up now with Adam Pompey down the left wing. Pompey over halfway. One-hander back to Sam Healy. He's to the 30. Takes on Tedesco. One-hander back to Nickel Klugstar. Sam Walker rides him like he's on a ride. To the deck, 15 metres out. Great play, Warriors. Play to Healy. 2 tackles left. Comes to the right. Through hands away down to Tanner Boyd. Long shot out past to Watney. The arc 20 out. Cuts in field. Tackled 18 out. 20 minutes gone. 20 minutes left. Second half. The Warriors lead by 12. Crossfield kick by Boyd. And that's a shocking. Now, Nwanganitawaze slipped, slid, and took it on his bump. So 20-metre tap, 7 tackles set. He made a terrible kick from Tanner Boyd. Look, almost palatable. He's caught here from the tap, 28 out from his own line. 19 to go, Louis. 30 points to 18, the Warriors lead.
Yeah, well, that's really nice attack there from the Warriors. Got a bit of stoppage at the moment. You've got Jackson Ford down with the shoulder. You've got Mark Nwanganitawaze stretching out his calves for calf cramps. I just can't get over that catch from Mark Nwanganitawaze. He didn't need the slide. He slides about 5 minutes before. Gets the timing perfect. He makes it look so good, but very dangerous.
I thought he must have slipped. You reckon that was deliberate?
That was on purpose. Look, he slides down, puts his knees down. I'm here. He's sitting on my chest. And then I'll get up and take a quick tap. There you go.
I'm here. That's what it said. Wow. You really do have eagle eyes. And Jackson Ford, MC, looks like he's going to continue.
Yeah, he's in lots of pain, so it's probably just a burner there, and he's got that feeling back, but lots of pain there.
He's a machine.
He's a really good player. Yeah, he's a really good player. You think they're missing Mitch Barnett as well, so they're going to have a really strong middle rotation with Barnett, Fisher Harris, and Jackson Ford.
So now the Roosters still in the hunt with 18 and a half to go. Angus Crichton hit by Fisher Harris, and Leotau, who gives away a set restart by going on with the job. 3 restarts now to the Roosters. 9 short of halfway. Watson goes to his right. Cherry Evans. Delayed pass to Desco. Ran right behind Siwa Wong, but it's okay as he's put to the ground by Capewell, or is it? And here's a penalty. Going against the Warriors for a bit of lip.
That chap. Because Tedesco said, they said Shepherd.
That makes me almost laugh hysterically inside. Because the Roosters have been yap, 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 wins, sookie bum all night. And the penalty for the ref goes against the Warriors.
You don't know what he said, though.
No, I don't. But Louis told me.
Yes, Shepherd.
The penalty count by my watch, 7-3 to the Warriors. How long to go? 18 minutes. 30 points to 18 Warriors. I tell you what, if the Roosters could score here, it's interesting. Here's Siwa Wong hitting it up into Nickel Klugstar, Fisher Harris and Healy, and put to the ground. 27 out from the goal line. Play to Watson. He goes left to Walker. Turns it back on the inside to Egan Butcher. Caught 21 out for the Warriors line. Centre field, southern end. Now the ball played. Watson goes right. Walker links up with Cherry Evans. Right foot step. Got a one-hander in the Capewell tackle. Away back to Walker. Walker 16 out. Sends it on the inside to a flat-footed Tedesco. But bing, he beats 2 anyway. The outclaim 12 out from the goal line by Ford. Play to Watson from dummy half. He got a little pass back to Cherry Evans. He sent it away left to Walker. Delayed pass. Gets a flick away now. Did that Roosters play to Billy Smith. And he's nailed. Put to the ground by Nickel Klugstar. 5 out. The ball played. It comes to the right on the last. A little stab kick. The ball is taken by Healy. Then he lost it forward, dived on by the Roosters. 6 more. Sam Healy spilt it. What a chance here for the Roosters. 3 metres out. Cherry Evans plays it to Watson. Comes to the right now to Wong. Siwa put to the ground. 8 metres out for the goal line. And a set restart. Hand on the football against the Warriors. The 4th restart for the Roosters. Here's a stab kick on play 1. It's cleaned up in goal by Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Goal line dropout will come up here for the Warriors. Walker saw something there, looking to link up with Junior Ponga, but Tuivasa-Sheck got there first. 16 and a half to go. Warriors 30, Roosters 18.
Oh, that's starting to tide slowly, starting to turn for the Roosters, getting a couple of calls, and they're completing on a few more plays. They forced an error. That was probably a silly play there from Sam Walker, but you can't take away him just sort of playing what he sees. But I would have liked him to just go down there and just keep asking questions while they're on the line. Now that gives the Warriors an opportunity to go for short line dropout. But they won't.
And they don't. They go long. And it's a 52-metre job. The Roosters now. Watson with the catch. Turns it into Nafahu White. Ford is there with Fisher, Harris and Healy. Healy would love that last play over again when he had a chance to dive on the loose ball. Cherry Evans turns the ball inside. And the Roosters now to within 25 of the goal line. They're down by a dozen with 15 and a half to go. Egan Butcher plays it. They go left. Walker, Tedesco. Tip on away to Tupou. And that came away from Smith. Tupou steps in field. Boyd has him with Fisher Harris and the tackle completed. Only 2 metres out from the goal line. Midway through the tackle count. Watson sends the ball right to Walker. Walker to Cherry Evans. Drifts. Then he gets it out the back. It's another set restart to the Roosters. Finds its way to Junior Ponga. Ponga gets away from Poppy. Nearly scores. He's a metre away. So the set restarts now 6-5 to the Warriors. Roosters have another set, played in the Wanganita Waze. Goes left, Walker kicks on play 2 again, but he kicked it straight to Big Capey. Gerb Capewell's got it for the Warriors. 19 out for their own line, quarter of an hour to go MC. Warriors 30, Roosters 18.
What he's doing with Sam Walker's kicking game, that was just unbelievable. He saw an opportunity with no fullback there, but he gambled and lost big time with the Roosters having all the momentum. Now they give away a penalty.
Yeah, penalty goes to the Warriors, and that penalty count is now 8-3 to the Warriors.
Play 1 again.
Play 1. There's no fullback at home, right?
No,
I understand what he was doing, but
communication was right because he had 2 Roosters players flying through. The execution was just off, that's all.
You're listening to NRL Friday on ABC Sport. Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis, I'm Andrew Moore. Next, Brisbane v Penrith at Lang Park. Sold out Lang Park. Quentin Hull on the call with Billy Moore and Zane Bojack. From the tap, the Warriors are on halfway as the ball's played to Healy. Sends it right, Tanner Boyd. Got it on to Jackson Ford, and he's taken by Crichton. 3 metres in Roosters territory. Healy. Centre field left on the open side to Clark. Away there to Fisher Harris. Flick out the back. That was adventurous. The Warriors do have it. 10 metres in Roosters territory. Tackle made on that occasion on Capewell. It's been good for the Warriors tonight. Played to Healy, goes from dummy half straight into the defence. He played 32 metres out from the line with 3 tackles up the Warriors' sleeve. And they do lead 30-18. Comes to the right to Boyd. Back on the inside, Fisher Harris. Flick out the back again to Clark. Then away to Boyd. Goes to his right, Halasima. Got away from one. Runs across field. Tried to shrug away from the defence of Nat Butcher. Flicked it out the back instead to Clark. But there's nowhere to go. They went sideways and then backwards. 40 out from the Roosters line. Last tackle. Comes left to Harris Tavita with a left foot kick from 42 metres out. Down to the right wing of the Wanganita Waze. Takes the catch. And the Roosters have a 10 out from their own line with 13 minutes left, Louis. And a 30 points to 18 win. There's a cramp here. Wanganita Waze's gone down. And the very gentlemanly Roger Tuivasa-Sheck helps him out, bending the foot back.
Yeah, it's you can see his calf like just balled up like a little rock.
Oh, that looks like he's got golf balls in there.
Yeah, it doesn't look very comfortable. But the Warriors are starting to do what the Roosters were doing in the first half. They're just making it up, throwing the ball around and hoping for something to happen. They don't have to play panic football. They're still in front by 12. They're just going to get through their sets nicely. They've only got 6 defensive sets left to go in this game.
So now it's the Roosters with the ball. Daniel Tupou runs into the defence of Halasima. Fisher Harris, as the trainers are still trying to get those golf balls out of the calf of Wanganita Waze. Meanwhile, Nafahu White goes on a stepping run. Gets to within 10 of halfway, taken by Clark and Halasima. Watson, he spins it away left now to Walker, then to Tedesco. Left foot step straight through, but it was a Shepherd. Obstruction. Penalty goes to the Warriors. Tedesco was straight through, but the obstruction there came from one of his teammates. Might have been Siwa Wong.
Faketti's just come on to
Oh,
the field.
it is too. So Leslie Faketty on the field.
What?
Yeah, you know why? 'Cause he runs the wrong line. He should have ran the inside line, and really late he goes out, then comes back in. See how he runs out there? Which makes when Tedesco gets the ball, he gets the ball on the inside shoulder.
Because Teddy was through. Like, that was just a bad defensive read from Tanner Boyd.
And he still would have made it even if he come
Correct.
in.
Yeah. It's a penalty because of what you're saying, Louis. But Tanner Boyd had committed on the lead runner and made a poor defensive read, and Tedesco would have gone through had they got their timings right.
Now from the tap, the Warriors have the footy with a 30 points to 18 lead, 11 and a half left. So Celeste Faketty was added to the bench when Spencer Leniu with his withdrawal in the warm-up. In jersey number 20, Warriors have it. 20 out for the Roosters line. Healy sends the ball right to Aaron Clark. Taken over the top there by Nat Butcher and down low by Connor Watson. Plays the ball to Healy. 12 metres out. Boyd got it away. Halasima goes without it. Put on the toe by the Roosters. And Tedesco will pick it up. That should be play on. It is. As Leia Tower gets him 31 out from the Roosters line. 11 minutes still to play. As the Roosters centre right. Walker, one of those Harbour Bridge long passes. Got the ball away to Junior Pronger. In the tackle onto Nwanganita Waze over halfway. Steps past Capewell. Tried to run through Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, but Rogers got him. 36 out from the Warriors line and 10 in from the Western touch line. Ball played. Walker to Cherry Evans. Right to left and a Fahu White. Lovely first contact by Ford down low. And the tackle completed by Clark. 33 out from the goal line. Roosters attack Watson. Goes left Cherry Evans. Out the back Tedesco. Left foot step away from Boyd. It comes back at him. Tackle made. 18 out from the Warriors goal line. 3 tackles left for the Roosters. Cherry Evans show and go. Lost the ball in the tackle. Picked up by Nickel Klugstar, and the Warriors survived that raid. 14 out from their own line. 10 minutes, 20 left. Warriors 30, Sydney Roosters 18. As now it's Roger Tuivasa-Sheck tackled. About 24 out for the Warriors line.
Yeah, another opportunity went back in there for the Roosters. I reckon they went left from the play of the ball. They had him shot. They had 4 on 2 over there, but they just didn't see it. They're playing too quick. And Gary Cherry Evans just comes up with a drop, throws a little bit of a dummy, and just gets checked there by Fisher Harris. Forces the error.
Now what Nate Lesniak? Tackled 11 metres short of halfway. What's the crowd figure tonight? Don't know yet, Bass. Here's Dower Smith. It's not full house. He's put to the ground on halfway. Pretty close though. Good atmosphere. And they're enjoying the Warriors' performance, leading 30 to 18 as Harris Tavita turns it into Fisher Harris. He's become the big offloader. Got it away to Boyd to Halasima, but they go backwards. He's 4 just short of halfway. Set of field by Keddy. Plays it on the last to Healy. Into the deep set. Boyd for the kick just short of halfway. Off the right boot down to Tupou. He fields it 12 metres out from his own line. Returns it to the 20 to Stowers, Smith, Clark, Fisher Harris and one other Harris Tavita. 24 out for the Roosters line. Just over 9 minutes to go in Auckland. Warriors by 12, 30 to 18. Nwanganita Waze got through Capewell. Dragged to the ground by Pompey outside the Roosters 30. Played to Walker. Steps past one. Short side right to Cherry Evans. But Tuivasa-Sheck and Capewell are there. Down he goes, 5 short of halfway. Play to Junior Ponga. Open side left away to Nat Butcher. Tackle 4 short of halfway. Play to Watson. Centre field left to White. White goes on a gallop. Tackle 38 out from the Warriors line by Fisher Harris. Healy clutching at his head. May have got a stud in the face. Here's the kick from Walker on the last one. 32 metres out. Towering kick. Up goes Watney Lesniak. He lost it. Picked up by Tedesco. Flicks the ball back. And Stowers Smith or Nickel Klugstar dives on it, but it was knocked on by Dallin Watney Lesniak. Not a great attempt at catching that. So the Warriors will concede a scrum feed to the Roosters. 10 metres out. 8.5 to go. Warriors 30. Roosters 18. Michael Carrier.
Yeah, they're coming the Roosters. It's off the back of Sam Walker, and this is why you got to love him. He made that error a couple of moments ago with that early tackle kick, which Kurt Capewell landed when the Roosters were on the attack. But since then, he's still throwing passes. He's still looking to spread the Warriors' defensive line thin. So I think if anything's going to come off the back of Sam Walker and James Tedesco for the Roosters.
On the text line, Andrew Lou MC, enjoying your call as always, enjoying the game. Would like to see the Warriors hang on. Thanks for the entertainment, Phil and Mudgee. Cheers, Phil. Sam Healy going for an HIA. Listening in from India, loving the call. Hopefully the Chooks come back and it's on, says James. James, appreciate you listening on the ABC Listen App, mate. Tedesco's been in the rest face all night. Time to pull his head in. Not a good look for the game, says Tim in Wollongong. All is good in the world when we have more in team back on the airways. Grandstand calls the highlight of my week. Other nights in 2026. 6. Good on you, Colin. And an encouraging start for Newcastle last week in Vegas. Not too good for the Cowboys. Big set here, isn't it? 8 minutes left. Roosters scrum feed 10 out, down by 12. They win the scrum, and it comes right. Cherry Evans gets knocked in a high tackle there. Blatant high tackle from Kurt Capewell. Not his first in the night. Penalty Roosters.
What are you doing? Wait there. Go on! Wait!
So they'll take the tap here, the Roosters, down 30 to 18. 30 to 18 the score. Tap comes short side right to Nat Butcher. And he's dumped to the ground by Capewell and Harris Tavita. 5 out from the Warriors line. Played it along Anita Waze. Open side left Cherry Evans. Turns it into Nafahu White. Capewell there again with Fisher Harris and Egan. 6 metres out from the line. Ball played to Watson. Spins it left to Cherry Evans. Then out the back it goes to Walker. They got the numbers. Tedesco. He got away to Tupou. He's on the slide. And he's caught 7 metres out. I wonder whether he said, "Here I am." Like Nwanganita Waze didn't go, and he slid Louis. Walker to Cherry Evans. Back on the inside to Collins. Lindsay Collins, a bustling run. Tackle 11 out from the line. Ball play to Watson. Short side left. Walker away. Tackle made on Crichton. 3 out from the goal line. Last play, Roosters. Watson goes right, intercepted by Fisher Harris, if you don't mind. He scored 12 out from his own line. 6 minutes 45 to go. Warriors 30, Roosters 18.
Very good read there by Fisher Harris. He was under all sorts of pressure. He had 2 forwards, one on his inside, one on his outside, and he had to go for the intercept. He absolutely cleans that intercept up. I was waiting for him to see run straight down the other end of the field, but great read there. Takes all the pressure off the Warriors.
Now the Warriors just outside their 20. Another injury. It's Ali Lantower, who's down injured MC, with 6.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, as Lewis said, huge play there from Fisher Harris, because if it gets on his outside, Lindsay Collins scores untouched, and it's game on for the Roosters. Lindsay Collins thought he was going to score that try, and Fisher Harris was well onside as well. You might have thought he jumped the gun there, but no, he gets through. It's just a little bit of a high shot here from Connor Watson, so I think there might be a penalty coming the Warriors' way.
Yeah, he's got a towel on his snout.
It wasn't really a high shot. It
bounces up and gets him in the head.
I think he gets scratched. He gets a bit of a scratch. There's a fair bit of claret coming out.
Are you fixing it, trainer?
Not the way you footy players
Oh, no,
get a bit of a scratch.
Play on, yeah. It was a minor bump.
Push up.
Well, we saw a similar one in the first half, didn't we?
I'm glad for that.
Capewell that came up.
Yeah.
That wasn't penalised.
Thanks, Bob.
So now the Warriors outside their 20. And they're on track here for a great first round win, leading 30 to 18. As the ball's played by Pompey, just inside the Warriors 30. Goes right to Aaron Clark. And he's taken by Collins and Crichton, and the third man in is on the deck. Still to get up. And then he just trips over the Warriors player Egan, and it's a set restart. Coming again for the Warriors. They're first of the second half. That half a dozen in the first half.
That was last tackle too.
Wow. Fisher Harris on halfway. It comes to the left side this time as they work their way into Roosters territory by 5 metres. Tuivasa-Sheck plays it to Wigan. Goes open side right to Scour Smith. If they get close enough, we'll be looking at a field goal attempt. Egan awaits. They're 36 metres away now. Cut-out ball goes right to Tanner Boyd, then on to Halasima. Bumped away from one, but was forced sideways into Collins and drilled. 36 out from the Roosters line. Halasima plays it to Wigan. And now at the middle goes Clark to within 27 metres of the goal line. And he'll play it on the last. Are they close enough? I don't think they are. Harris Tavita, the kick from 26 metres out. Cross field and really shallow. But the kick is taken by Tuivasa-Sheck. Back goes the pass to Chanel Harris Tavita. Field goal. They score a try, the Warriors. 5 minutes to go. Harris Tavita in. Tuivasa-Sheck caught the kick. Got the pass to his right to Harris Tavita. Warriors 34, Roosters 18. Louis. Game, set, bingo, the Warriors are going to win.
Yeah, this is an ugly kick here by Chanel Harris Tavita. It doesn't really go anywhere, but the kick's only as good as its chase, and there's a really good work here by Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. He gets an easy take, just does a little bit of a basketball pass over the top, and Chanel Harris Tavita just backs up. The kick, couldn't believe his luck, lands on his chest, got an open little bit of a run to the try line, and as you like, slides over and seals the game for the Warriors. They've been too good tonight, the Warriors. They've been pretty clinical in stages, and a couple of little little miss-ups here and there, but really good game from them tonight.
Yeah, I thought it was the wrong option to kick. I thought they were set up. They were only 25 metres out for a field goal, so there wasn't much pressure. So I thought that would have been the play. But credit to Chanel Harris-Tavita staying alive after the kick and chasing his kick and not letting the play die. And there's been that's how they scored his first try in the first half, was staying alive off the back of a Roger Tuivasa-Shed class, where the Roosters just switched off it again. When the opportunity is there for the ball to find someone, the Warriors are in play. Look at all the Warriors in play there. There's one player, Chanel Harris-Tavita, is the only player pushing up there and gets a reward for his efforts.
That's the 7th time in his career, by the way, he scored 2 tries or more in a game.
He's a handy player, Chanel Harris-Tavita. Like, he's, had moments where he looks like a really good first grader.
So now Tanner Boyd with a conversion attempt. He's landed 5 from 7, and he moves in 20 metres out, and 7 in from touch, and he's kicked a goal. Good strike from Tanner Boyd, who missed one from in front earlier, but now he's 6 from 8. Warriors 36, Roosters 18, with inside 4 minutes to go. Now it's 7:54 Australian Eastern Daylight Time, 6:54 Queensland time. 4 minutes to go in this game. So the kick-off at Lang Park for the game between Brisbane and Penrith has been put back a couple of minutes to 8:02 Australian Eastern Daylight Time, 7:02 Queensland time. So it's 7 minutes away. So Louis, get your ABC Player of the Year points ready, mate. We won't have long.
Well done, mate. Geez, you're a pro. See, I'm all over this.
Warriors in season number what?
8.
26. Now it's tap back a short kick-off and knock on Roosters.
Knock on, where do you want it?
So it'll be a Warriors ball. Connor Watson showing some frustration after that knock-on came. Was tapped back by Watson Gillespie now into Watson. Wasn't expecting it really. Down it went.
Your numbers are wrong.
So
you need the Esco in the background to argue.
I don't know whether the last will play.
There we go.
And it's a penalty to the Warriors.
Oh, back chat. There you go.
Well, Sirs, I'll march him 100 metres. And unless Trent Robinson fixes this crap that the Roosters go on with, and he's, listen to him in a post-game press conference, unless he fixes it, the Roosters are not winning any comps. They're not going to any grand finals because they are so badly disciplined.
Yeah, and you know what, to be fair, I haven't really noticed the whinging, but tonight has been absolutely horrendous.
Teddy's been prime.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's actually been, I feel like tonight's a lot worse than most.
I think it's the same as most.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one.
Warriors 37 metres out. Egan goes right to Stowers Smith. Spins in the tackle of White and Crichton and Collins. 30 out from the Roosters line. 2 minutes 30 to go in this game. The Warriors are winning at 36-18. And they deserve to be in front. The Warriors, Aaron Clark now. Good, strong running. With 3 defenders on his back to win 24 of the goal line. Played to Egan. Cut out ball goes right to Fisher Harris. Bounces into Watson and Feketi. About 16 out from the line. Plays the ball to Egan. Sends it away right to Tanner Boyd. Warriors looking to finish in a flourish. Away it goes down to Charles Nickel-Klookstar. Straight past 2 defenders. Tubo is one of them. And he's able to score the try. And the Warriors get to 40. 2 minutes to go. And the scoreline, Warriors 40, Sydney Roosters 18. It's now a carve up, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, absolute carve up. 40 points. Well done to the Warriors. They've hung in there. They just kept scoring when they get their chance. But this is just all the frustration from the Roosters putting so much pressure on themselves, and the Warriors just having a bit of fun. It's right at the back end of the game. Everyone wanting to get the ball in their hand. That's a really nice, strong carry there from Charles Nickel-Klookstar at the back, and he scores a beautiful try. I love his little dive too. How good is it when you see the Warriors playing with all big smiles on their face? Great to see.
I can't believe how bad this performance has been from the Roosters. They've shown glimpses of being able to compete, but Sam Walker rushes out of the line there and puts all his outside defenders under pressure, doesn't make a play, and that allows the opportunity for Chance to slice through. But who would have thought that the Warriors are going to score 40, potentially 42 points?
You know.
And he missed a couple of goals. Could have been...
Yeah, one from in front, right? Maury, really great to hear you back on again. But think the Chooks got their giblets pulled out by the Wars tonight, says Mark from the Central Coast. Long season for Roosters fans with that pack, says Tim. Happy rugby league team. Great game of better call from Rooster Camp. Sorry about your Roosters tonight, being flogged 40-18 with a kick to come from the eastern touchline. 7 tries to 3 for the Warriors. Tanner Boyd scored in the 11th minute. Adam Pompey in the 24th. Kurt Capel in the 28th. Chanel Harris-Tavita in the 34th. Leka Halasima in the 47th. Here's the kick from Tanner Boyd. He strikes it. He likes it, and he's nailed it from the touchline with a minute to go. He's 7 from 9, and the scoreline is now 42 points to 18 to the Warriors. 42-18 with just under a minute to go. Those are out to Lekka Handel in the 47th minute. Chanel Harris-Tavita again in the 75th. And Charles Nicol-Klukstar in the 78th. Tanner Boyd 7 from 9. 7 restarts in a successful challenge. For the Roosters, tries to James Tedesco in the 16th minute. Billy Smith in the 51st. Angus Crichton in the 55th. Sam Walker 3 from 3. 5 restarts, 1 unsuccessful challenge. And the penalties, unless I've lost complete control, 9-4 in favour of the Warriors. Short kick-off and ends up with Dylan Watney Lesniak for the Warriors. And he runs right across field as we're into the last 45 seconds of the game. Coming up, Broncos and Penrith. Don't worry, I know this game's late, but you're not missing anything. We'll be over to Quentin Hull and Billy Moore shortly. Here's Fisher Harris, tackled 10 short of halfway. In 10 seconds, MC, your impressions of the Warriors win, first of all?
Yeah, really, really good performance. I thought they controlled the middle of the field really, really well. Bounced up. They knocked the ball on here, but it won't matter. But yeah, I think they've had a really good game, but I don't think they've been as great as 42 points reflect, I guess.
Oh no, there's a challenge. Aaron Clark ruled was knocked on. Challenge with 16 seconds to go.
Brilliant's lost, they believe, ruck interference.
Louis, what about your 3-2-1s? This will give us even less time at the end of the game.
Yeah, I went Jackson Ford for 3. I thought he was brilliant for the Warriors tonight. Tanner Boyd, I gave him 2. He was really, really good. Obviously had one little mishap there with his goal kicking, but besides that, been brilliant. And Roger Tuivasa-Sheck out wide, set up a couple of tries, was into everything. So there's my 3-2-1 for the night. It could have went to a couple of other guys there too, but I thought those 3 were really, really good.
3 points Jackson Ford, 2 points to Tanner Boyd, 1 point Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. The challenge unsuccessful is just a knock on. 10 seconds to go. Warriors 42, Roosters 18. A comment on the Roosters performance.
Horrible. We've got to stop whinging. And they look...
Time off.
Yeah, no, I haven't got any other word from them, but horrible.
Okay. Now time off again.
I've signalled time off.
Is this a spriggy game?
Oh, this is worse than a spriggy game. This makes a spriggy game look like a sprint. So we're still going to get the scrum fed. This will be the last play of the game. Or try, there can't be another challenge. Can there be a bunker call? Roosters with the scrum. Comes to the right, Cherry Evans. Short ball away, Junior Ponga. He kicks over the top. Getting back there, Tuivasa-Sheck. He passes it deliberately over the touchline. And the Warriors win, and how? They have thrashed the Sydney Roosters in Auckland by 42 points to 18, having led by 22-6 at half-time. Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Michael. See you both. We'll be on air from 2 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow at Shark Park. Thank you, Ralph Tucker, our producer, our man of sound, Dennis Carnahan, and the J-Dog back in the studio. Let's go to Lang Park in Brisbane for the blockbuster Quentin Hull. She's all yours.
Nothing like the first Friday night of the season, and the first game runs right up to start time of the second. Great job, guys, and we'll bring you more reaction from that big result as NRL Friday continues on ABC Sport. Quentin Hull alongside the legend that is the Bear, the Maroon, the Kangaroo. Billy Moore back with us for 2026, and Zane Bozak down on the touchline. The kickoff is literally imminent. The big team news is that Ben Hunt is going to start in the halves for the Broncos, with Ezra Mam going to the bench, and for Penrith, Isaac Tungor and Scott Sorensen will sit on the pine, with Thomas Jenkins coming into the centres and Isaiah Papali'i to start in the second row. That's the whistle of referee Adam G. The cauldron bubbles with footy in 2026. We are underway with the Broncos kicking off, and Lindsay Smith taking the first hit up for the Pink Panthers tonight. Penrith playing in that away strip, Pink. It's the scene of the preliminary final of last year, where Brisbane came from the clouds to knock off the Panthers and, of course, go on to then win their first title in 19 years as Moses Leota takes a run for Penrith. He's midway goal line and halfway at the northern end. He's playing the football here to Kenny, given off to Yo. Isaiah Yo, 18 from halfway. It's a huge crowd, although some of the seats are still vacant. Obviously, local time, we're still an hour behind regular start time here with daylight saving as the crowd roars for the tackle there of Shibasaki coming in, jamming and making sure that Papali'i goes to the deck. Cleary gets his boot to it. End of the first set of the season for the Panthers is a Cleary kick downfield which pitches right near the touchline and bounces over. Brisbane will get the ball 15 from their own line. Billy Moore, it's a privilege, a pleasure to be back with you for 2026.
Well, thank you, Q, and our wonderful listeners. What a starting game to open up 2026. This side of the border, this will be a cracker. Obviously, last year's preliminary final, what a thriller. I expect the same tonight. The intensity will be ferocious. This will be a game that goes down to the wire.
Mariners got the ball with Brisbane having its first set. They're 25 metres from the southern end. Payne Haas for the first time in 2026. He's got 3 tacklers around him, and Haas has driven to the deck. 20 in from touch on the western side on for Broncos 30. No score early on here at Lang Park, and it's the 1-2 punch. Haas had a go, and guess who's next? Carrigan with the carry for the Broncos. He's 10 inside Brisbane territory when tackled. Now Jensen has a run up to halfway. Referee G says that's 5. End of the last set, end of the first set for the Broncos, should I say, as Reynolds kicks downfield. It takes a point and rolls dead in the in-goal area. So that's out to the 20 for a 7 tackle set. Zane Bojack, welcome to you. It's great to be back at Friday night footy and the Cauldron in its natural state after a summer of concerts.
Absolutely, Q. Nothing better than Friday night footy here at the Cauldron. 26 degrees, 80% humidity, which is going to sap the energy of this Penrith Panthers side. As expected, Alamoti's gone into the centres, but Milky Jenkins onto the wing as he watched that ball sail over the dead ball line. But big crowd here, over 45,000 expected.
And the pitch does look in pretty good condition after I mentioned a lot of concerts. Papali'i knocks on a pass here from Lindsay Smith. There's a mistake from Isaiah Papali'i right on halfway. And this will give Brisbane a chance to go into attack. So did you get to the Edinburgh military tattoo? I must admit I got to Metallica during the summer here. It changes from sport to entertainment, this place, doesn't it?
Oh, it's a great facility, and it probably shows the difference in our ages. I did go to the Edinburgh military tattoo and loved every minute of it. Metallica, I wouldn't have minded that, but no, it is a fantastic facility, and the service, as I would tell you, it looks good. There's a few little spots where you wonder, it's not perfect, but it is certainly one of the best grounds in the world.
There's still been a bit of Brisbane Roar football, and the Queensland Reds have played one home game here, but gee, it looks in good nick, that's for sure, on this Friday night. No score early on, and Karapani takes the tackle. Brisbane 35 metres out. Their first real raid on the Penrith line as Haas almost breaks the line, but 3 bring him down. 28 metres out on the right. Hakes a dummy half. Passes infield. Carrigan knocks on. Slipped through his fingers. That's a mistake. Just as the Broncos were getting to the end of the set. So no score through 4 minutes. It's NRL Friday on ABC Sport. The Warriors defeating the Roosters 42 points to 18. Thanks for your messages. They're already coming in. Keep them rolling. We'll get to them when we can. 0467 920 222 is the number. Please send us your name and where you're texting from. That's 0467 920 222.
2 errors by these sides, unusual, Q, because these are the sides from last year who, especially Penrith, were just grinding to death, so they'd want to complete this set.
To'o up to the 30. Next carry, Jenkins. He's tackled a dozen from halfway. Now Dylan Edwards runs blind side for Penrith. Carrigan's there though to make the tackle before Edwards can get to halfway. A metre inside his own half as he plays the ball to Kenny. Gives it left and centre field through Yo to Talangi. Now to Papali'i. He steps off his left, and was that an offside line that he run? No obstruction there. Referee says play on. Carrigan tackles him. Panthers 40 metres out. Kenny to the left through Cleary to Talangi. Runs into the tackle of Reynolds. Adam Reynolds at 35 years of age starts his last NRL campaign. He'll retire at the end of the season. Cleary from 30 from the goal line, bombs at the end of the set. Walsh leaps, Jenkins leaps, ricochet to McLean. Casey McLean goes over in the corner for Penrith. And the Panthers, if there's no knock on in the leap, go to the lead, and referee G likes it the way he saw it. It's a try to Penrith, and this young star Casey McLean scores his opening try of 2026. It's the opening try for the Pink Panthers in